Oh yeah, cold water goes warm.
Exactly.
So in theory, your tea should be getting warm, but
Hello,
imagine
motherfuckers!
putting a tea in a damn bottle like this. Just put like a hot tea. It probably will be warm for ages,
It would.
or it'll just melt the fucking thing. Who knows?
Do I have anything else I need to drink? I don't know if there's anything else I got to drink. Let's see if there's anything else I can drink. Oh.
I hope you're not recording right now. Well, because I was doing a weird nipple rub. And then you walked off, and then I did the nipple rub. I'm like, I hope Daz didn't just start recording before when he said "welcome everyone" or whatever it was. Welcome. Hi. Oh. Is that how it actually goes? There's no B or G in Susie. So what the fuck? I hate reels and TikToks. They're pointless. But I can't stop watching reels. Yeah. It's same to get in TikTok. Yeah. You're a robot, Des. What the fuck?
Hey guys, this is
Huh?
just here live
What?
from the hurricane. We're doing it down here in the down south, east, north. Oh, move the fan. I'm trying to see if I can get the edible. Oh,
And
yes.
I am Optimus Prime. I'm fucking weird, robot man.
Haha, I moved the fan. I've got it blowing into my room.
Is that where you got the robot voice from?
Because I was moving the fan. Blowing through now, it's so good. Oh, I feel so...
No. I don't need a fan. I got fans here in my PC that keep me cool. My PC's not straight.
PC's gay.
Yep. Happy.
Yeah, He-Man! What is this?
Fuck the shit out of me.
Hello there! My name is Skeletor. How are you?
I could so get Vegeta and someone just have a conversation with Vegeta and fucking Skeletor.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.
You could do that with like, you could do that and just like sit off the camera and just hold him up like, do the fucking potty with him.
Hello there. Hi. Oh my god.
He's so blurry though. What's he blurry? It's not focusing on him. It's focusing on the whole room but him. Oh. You need to get Iron Jaw.
Yeah, He-Man. Oh god, Mom!
That's deja vu. Go put him with Buzz Lightyear. I am Mrs. Nesbit. Did I say I was trying to get a Buzz Lightyear, like in the actual spaceship, and just keep him in it?
Oh, those ones, one of those ones, yeah.
Yeah, with the actual proper Buzz, like the $100 Buzz.
Yeah.
I want to get one and a Woody and just have him like freaking Spyro there. Because, man,
Do it.
the Buzz is so cool. He comes in this fucking spaceship.
Alright. Well, at least stop playing with toys with me.
They're not toys. I mean, that technically that one, if they're posable, I mean, they are collectibles, I guess. He's headless.
Not today, He-Man! I'm over here! Kick your ass!
I think Vegeta can do that. I'm not sure. I don't want to test it. I think he comes off in the middle.
Hello, my name is Skeletor. That's Skeletor with a C. Wait, what? Fuck!
Skeletor with an E.
Well, I feel like I can do whatever the hell I want. With that out of the way, let's slide on in. Just slide on into those DMs.
How long was your love for?
When you're rubbing your nipples.
Oh, I'm doing this.
I'll just cut it anyway. Because that was like forever ago. That was like at least that was like maybe 3 minutes ago. Because I've only been recording for 7 minutes.
I mean, yeah, probably like 5 minutes, really.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes ago. Well, we're that 5 minutes out of the way if we leave it in. What's up, beardies and beardettes?
Or just
Welcome
put it
back.
in like bits.
Bits. Welcome back, beardies and beardettes, to another episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Woo!
My elbow.
So, to start things off, I do apologise that I uploaded the episode last week really late. I only uploaded it yesterday. So,
Well, I'm going to post both of them at the same time.
People
when this
feel
one
like-
goes up, I'll put both the links.
people will get like a back-to-back episode kind of thing.
You could have just merged them into one episode, really.
Back-to-back. The only reason that was back-to-back, though, is because I've had a busy week of work, and I've been just crashing when I've gotten home. And then I've had internet problems as well, so I haven't been able to upload anything. So it's just delayed the whole thing. So I was like, well, it is what it is. You know, I can't do anything about it. You know, it's I can't magically be like, I'm going to upload it anyway. But it's up. So you can listen to last week's episode. Use the Macca's Wi-Fi, just find them to hook it onto.
People do that for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you get YouTubers who use Macca's Wi-Fi if they can't do it at home. I mean, it'll take a long time.
Pretty shit, so... But yes, it's another week. We're getting close to the end of October as we are one weekend out from Halloween. So as you can see, I've got my decor up. I didn't even have any of this decor last weekend. I was talking about it. It's like we went from...
No, you didn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. So we went from that first, like the start of October where we had like the little kind of spooky vibe happening, to then the weekend off, to then not having anything, to now I've got my decor set up, my spooky... We've got my little tombstone behind me and my spooky stuff. You can't really see much of it, but it looks spooky. It's got the vibe. The red lights up. We've got the warm light happening, so it's a little bit more.
You should have had Al behind you in that Jason mask.
The
Just like
mask over here, the basic. I gotta do some painting on that and play with it.
give the hold a kitchen knife and just go behind, just like.
If she was awake, she's already in bed, so she went to bed like an hour ago.
Then you need like overalls and shit.
Yeah, depending on which version. Yeah, but yes,
What's
no.
the main one? Overalls.
Yeah,
That's that big fucking like lumberjack looking guy. Just...
Well, the sackhead version of Jason.
Oh,
he wore the overalls.
That.
Yeah, well, he had the sack with the one eye sticking through, and then he basically wore the.
That was in the
overalls
game, wasn't it? That Friday 13th game, they had that one.
It's one of the variants. The wind.
There's a lot of them.
So I'm happy I got the.
I'm not much of a. I've only ever seen Freddy vs. Jason once.
Oh really?
Jason X once. That's about it.
Jason X is pretty meh.
Still good.
You gotta watch
He gets the campers and is that the
Jason X is the one in space. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, where he gets the campers in the sleeping bag and starts fucking smashing them.
Yeah, because they're in the spaceship. He just wails like.
Yeah.
Body bag him.
Oh dear.
No, I watched
Good times.
But my Halloween movie for today was Edward Scissorhands.
Halloween though. That's not. It's more of a Christmas movie, isn't it? Really, like.
Not really.
Like it. Not.
I mean,
not a
there is Christmas
movie,
moment
but like,
in it, but I mean, most of Tim Burton's movies have like a Christmas moment at some time, a point. I feel like there's always a Christmas moment if you look at most of Tim Burton's
you
films.
should have watched. That's Tim Burton's.
What?
Sweeney Todd.
There's Sweeney Todd, which I got. Well, I still got plenty of time. I got like Beetlejuice I want to watch. So
Sweeney Todd. That movie is one of the best.
Maybe some Rocky Horror as always.
Never seen that.
You haven't seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? Man.
Nope.
One of Tim Curry's like.
You ever say Tim Burton's, wasn't it?
Tim Curry's like.
I seen your thing. I was like Tim Curry.
Because I was going to say Tim Burton, and I was like, God damn it, don't say it.
Tim Burton. Well, he
Burton.
makes everything, so.
Tim Curry, yeah, man. Like, oof. some of the classics. So some of the classics are the good stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be like
Right?
horror. Like, it doesn't have to be like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, bloody
Not really
Child's
horror
Play.
though.
Like,
They're more of a comedic
like that's
horror
what I'm
now.
saying. Though,
Like when
like
you
you
look
don't.
at them.
Well, there's a bit of that. Well, that's kind of funny if you actually follow the timeline, like the development of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. If you look at where they started and where they ended, because it's like the 6 films in that actual
Yeah.
like anthology of like the story or whatever it is. Like, they became kind of a comedy towards like the last 2 to 3 films. Like, the first 3 were like really dark and serious. And then they became kind of funny because it was like that one movie where it had like the kids were like D&D players, and they started doing all these weird things and stuff, and it was like it became kind of funny because they were playing like trolling Freddy. It was so good. You got that feedback coming through a little bit. Not too bad.
That stopped it.
It's not that bad. It's alright. Yeah, it seems pretty good. But
It's gone.
it's gone. But
Comes
no,
with
like,
the headset. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird. This thing picks up
it's
everything.
really sensitive. But no, like, there's so many different things. Like, and this thing, there's Halloween movies that people just think, oh, Halloween's all about horror, and they just make you think, Final Destination, like I said, Friday the 13th, Nightmare, all things
They're
like
not
that.
horror either, really. Final Destination.
They're in that horror genre, like they're that
But
horror genre.
They can be classified in a subgenre of horror,
like Hellraiser, stuff like that. But like, there are other movies, like you got things
Painkiller.
like yeah, there's that. But I was saying, then you got other genres like you could squeeze in Gremlins as being a horror, like okay, yeah, it's set in Christmas, but that's kind of a Halloween, like a Halloween kind of.
Definitely
spirit
Small
film.
Soldiers as well.
Yeah, Small Soldiers, that fits into it. You've got like Ghostbusters, Casper.
Actually, when you think of it, Small Soldiers is fucking scary. That,
Yeah, that could be like that genre of that kind of stuff. Well, it's like it's in line with Child's Play. Like, that works in line with that because that's the doll came to life. Of course, yeah, it's cursed by a serial killer or whatever it was. It depends on the narrative, what depending on how it goes. But like, it's the same principle. That's like where the TV show kind of was going with Child's Play, like the Chucky doll coming
that's
like
good
with new
too.
AI and stuff. Like, there was that remake they did with Mark Hamill as the voice. And it's completely different.
I'll
Like, it
watch
was a
that.
different
Not
concept.
good.
It was an AI. Like, it was an AI that took over. Like, which is basically Small Soldiers. Like,
Yeah, they put a military grade chip in the toys, which made them just come alive. Like that
Where-
could really happen, though.
where have we seen that before? Like, but that's
you
what I'm
don't
saying,
joke about that.
There's two sides. So like, people just think, okay, yeah, the gory zombie films, like horror, typical horror. But there's a whole genre for family focus as well, like Hocus Pocus, Hubie Halloween, like that's that Adam Sandler movie, like the fun kind of stuff. There's those fun comedy,
That
like
movie
still
is good
horror.
too.
Like Rocky Horror. That's a bit.
It doesn't
can
have
be
to
a bit
scare your
gory, but
pants off to be horror.
That's exactly it. There's so much. Oh, the other side. If you go back to again, Evil Dead, but Evil Dead's kind of that funny and scary at the same
That's.
time. Like,
I mean, back then it would have been scary.
for what it was meant to be, that genre, but it was meant to be corny as well. Like, it was designed to be corny. That's
It was over the top.
And then I was going to say, actually, if you go back to the other side again, anything Stephen King, he's always been a horror writer, so all his films are perfect.
Oh,
for
Shining
Halloween.
counts.
Shining,
Definitely. Definitely.
basically
Twilight Zone.
anything Kubrick basically is perfect for Halloween. Predator and Alien films can classify as Halloween films. Like,
Yeah, action, I think, really. Like
the first few ones, they're still horror, sci-fi-ish. Like,
the newer ones are more action, like
Yeah.
AVP and that.
The narrative changes, it's different. But things like that, like, they're things that you can watch and associate with Halloween. Like, you're not just stuck to the tropes of, like, it and the clowns and, like I said before, like, the very tropic things. There's plenty of things you can watch. So I got to, like,
Well, if you want an
watch the Ghostbusters and
unknown
stuff.
horror movie to watch, there's See No Evil. That's a good
Oh,
damn
See No
movie.
Evil.
The second one's good as well.
Hills of Eyes, they're good.
Oh,
Wrong
no,
Turn.
they're not horror. They're fucked up.
Wrong Turn.
Oh, Wrong Turn. There's a seventh one just dropped, I think, too, during the year.
You've got like Human Centipede, if you want to really go there. You've got what else is there? You got like The Purge.
They are good movies.
I would say The Purge. Purge fits in with Halloween,
Oh yeah.
that genre. So there's so much.
The first
There's
movie's
so
the
much.
best.
Whether it's for adults or for kids, there's a lot of films you can watch for Halloween. So hey, you've got a week left to Halloween. How many movies can you squeeze in? I've got to try and
Just
finish
go to
so many.
Netflix and that and just type in horror and you'll get a lot of them.
There is a lot. If you want to go dark side of things, then yeah, there's a lot of horror. So
I
Star Wars
watched a
dropped their
French
recently.
movie. It was all in French.
Which one
It
was
had
that?
subtitles. That was the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. It's
I
called
say,
Martyrs.
yep.
It's fucked up. She
That's
peels her face off.
oh,
Like, it looked detailed. Like, she just, I don't know what it was, with a bit of glass and just.
that was like that hitch. What was that? What was that horror movie? It was like that horror. It's
I
like
still haven't seen Rob Zombie's Halloween movies
oh
yet.
yeah, I need to see that. Jeepers Creepers, a classic. They're
I
very
know the
corny
new one's
though.
not as good.
It's very corny and cheesy.
They're meant. They're
Production of
meant.
the production of the later movie was pretty bad as well. It was like very bad.
It's probably worth a watch, but probably just once.
But even then, you watch over like the first two, like they're kind of like, oh, okay. It's like
Oh.
they're not the best.
They didn't age well.
They don't. Yeah, they didn't really age well. But you know, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of movies to choose from to watch for Halloween for sure. So whether it's for the family or for yourself at the
But-
older age, you know,
Even if you don't like them kind of movies, you can watch anything for Halloween. Anything
there's a
at all.
lot. There's a variety. I mean, there's a variety of movies.
You can
It
watch
was-
Toy Story, technically, because that's pretty dark.
It could go there. Well, they actually have that Terror Tale, whatever it was, Terror,
Oh, Tower of Terror, what it was?
like the Terror, whatever it is, and then it says
With
the
Zod,
Halloween, yeah.
Zoidberg.
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 Me, see? Zoidberg getting away.
What's your name? Fucking Zerberg?
Zerg.
The fuck's
Zerg.
that? So I was right the first time. I was like
Was, I am
Zoidberg.
your father. Like,
I hope there's a fifth one. That'd be pretty dope. Toy Story 5. Oh.
but
Well, I was binging, like, we're still binging Home Improvement.
oh yeah,
You don't realise how good Tim Allen is.
oh so good. I was gonna say though, if you look up on Netflix, it's quite funny because I actually took a photo of it. When we were searching like through the like last week and last couple of days, we're searching up like movies to watch on Netflix. So you type in horror, and I guess it must be it kind of associates like Halloween stuff. Like for certain episodes, must have been like at least with TV shows, you're bound to have an Easter
no.
episode, a Halloween episode, you know, Christmas. You're bound to have them. So when you search things, those things pop up, and you know on Netflix you see their thumbnails of like the shows you can choose from. It's like it has their like poster cards. So if you, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Halloween or horror. Either way, one of it was, it's kind of in that same thing.
We're in Halloween, I reckon.
When it came up, it had all these different like Halloween movies, and at the very bottom of the list, it just had George Costanza in that pose from, and it says, and it's Seinfeld, and like it recommends Seinfeld as one of the things to watch. And it's just, but it's just him in that sexy pose of him in the socks and the underwear on the couch, just like stretched out. I took a photo of it. It's fucking hilarious. It's like all these horror films, like you know, like everything you can think of, like The Nun or like all the like The Conjuring, and then it's just George Costanza, like sexy pose, George Costanza. It's like what? This is hilarious. I took a photo of it because I thought that's hilarious.
It's horror.
That's funny as so.
Oh my god.
Oh, like God damn it, Netflix! What are you doing? Fix this shit.
They don't even know what they're doing, I don't think.
They don't. But
Also,
It's
Squid
hilarious.
Game, watch it.
there's that.
That could be a horror too, really.
That fits into it. It's kind of like battle royale, that kind of genre of like horror.
Yeah,
Korean
pretty
horror.
much. Just
That's,
illegal. Illegal
fit-
battle royale.
it fits. It works. It's like The Purge. Like it's in that kind of like The Purge almost a bit.
Well, not necessarily horror, but they can be watched in.
Yeah, they're the perfect
time.
Halloween. So there's a lot that you can fit in the
I
genre.
was holding my breath the whole show, just like, oh, it's like, oh.
But that was like the other day. I was going to say what I was getting to was we're on Netflix. Oh, I think it was, and I can't remember if Netflix or Disney Plus, either one. Flicking through movies, and I was like, oh no, what? Pick a Halloween movie to watch. Pick something to watch, and I'm flicking through, and I just stopped on a movie. I'll get to what it was in a sec. It's like an old movie, and I'm like, oh, I haven't watched this in years. I feel like I should watch this. And when it's like, what are you looking at? What are you listening? I'm like, Tom Hanks with The Terminal. And I'm like, I could totally watch this right now. She's like, no, we're watching a Halloween movie. And I'm like, okay.
Isn't that Sleepless in Seattle?
Hey?
Isn't that Sleepless in Seattle?
Oh no, it's The Terminal, but it's like he's like that foreigner, and he's like stays in the airport. He's like, he lives.
I've never seen that.
He like something happens and he can't get back. I think it's like, what was it? There was like something happened and I think his family died or something. I can't remember. Something happened and he couldn't get home.
Don't
There was, like,
spoil
an
it.
attack. It's a really old movie.
Yeah, everyone
dude.
should just watch it though.
It's a really old movie. I think a lot of people have seen The Terminal. It's like
I haven't.
1990 something, I think it was. 2000.
I don't watch many movies anymore. Or
Watch
back
The
then.
Terminal, but yeah, he lives. It's a really classic movie. He's like plays a foreigner, and he like he's living because he can't get home. He's living in the airport, and he works out the system of like how to survive living in an airport.
You could technically do that though.
You most really could because they're watching him and he works out like how to like collect the coins by returning the trolleys, and he goes collects all the coins and he buys himself a cup of coffee. He like figures out how to do everything, and he's just living off. Yeah. And
When you think of it, when you go to the airports, they got
like
everything to survive. They've now got PowerPoints to charge stuff.
food.
They got your food. They've got your
Toilets.
toilets. They've got places to sleep now. Which when the chairs are where you can sleep in because they're comfy.
Some of them,
They've also got your liquids, like they got drinks galore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could easily live in an airport.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you would. Also, they're pretty they're air conditioned.
Yep.
They're never hot or cold.
So it's kind of funny. Oh no, it's just hilarious.
You get no privacy. So.
Why does
Just
it
imagine
feel
everyone just walking
like
past.
somebody's watching me? I get
You
no
got Des just sitting there singing it. Just
Whoa. Oh, friggin'.
you got someone watching you across the room. You start busting it out.
I was doing TikToks before, and that song stuck in my head again because I was doing TikTok with it.
You're always singing that song though.
Yeah, it always comes into my head when like Halloween comes around.
You sang it months ago.
I was getting excited for
playing
Halloween.
Fortnite and Rocket League. You just like
Yeah, because I started playing it.
feel like.
It's like the end of September, start of October, I started playing that. Before I went away. But being back, it's good to be back though, like properly settled in after like squeezing in the episode after coming back from the vacation, like coming back, doing that, like coming back that day, settling back home, and then doing the
episode
podcast.
was pretty
It was just like
quick, wasn't it?
It was good.
Rushed.
We had Wookiee in. It was like points in the episode where we just rambled on and we just like zoned out. I don't know at this point like how many times we went quiet because we just zoned out, all three of us. It's freaking
I think
hilarious.
someone was chatting and then the other two just listened very intently.
I haven't mentioned this to really anything yet, but I had I'm becoming very uncontrolled in my sleep. I'm doing things in my sleep now that I don't trust myself doing. Okay, so I was asleep last night and I had, for some weird reason, I had a dream that, in my dream, for some reason, whatever it was in my dream, I downloaded Tinder on my phone, right? This is fucked up. So I woke and I was like very scared, so I woke up this morning to check my phone and I had downloaded it. And I looked at my phone, I'm like, what the fuck?
You weren't dreaming.
I was like, what the fuck happened? I'm like...
Maybe I was fucking with you.
I'm like, fucking don't need this shit, delete. I was like,
saying
what
about
the
it.
fuck? I don't know what the fuck happened, but I something came up in my sleep, like in my dream, and I was like, I can't remember what the situation was in my dream, but I remember it happening in my dream. And you ever had those moments where you think you wrote down an idea or something, and you're like, I was like, I need to check this because I woke up and I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, I must have been like a conversation. I can barely just remember it was like a conversation something happened and it was coming to that. So I scrolled through and I went to my phone because everything's news at the app, and I scrolled to the end. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Delete. I'm like, fuck. What the fuck have I done in my dream? Like, what other things have I like sleepwalked or something?
What else have you done then? Like,
that's what I'm like, fuck. Why are my dreams becoming so like lucid that I'm like, is it real?
Have you
or is it not?
messaged anyone?
I'm like,
if you've been messaging people, you don't
well,
know.
the amount of times I've fallen asleep with like my phone and I've like almost dialed someone and stuff like that. Like I've had like half dialed things come up because it like opens up my contacts and stuff, and like sometimes Snapchat would open up and I'm just like, I'll wake up and I'm like, my phone's low and it's like on Snapchat, or it'll be like on something else. I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing? Like, have I done anything in my sleep? And I'm like, sometimes I just kind of ignore it and move on, but I was like, nah, this is fucking weird because it like was very vivid in my head. Like was in the dream itself for a change. Like, this is not just something where I've woken up and
but
like,
it wasn't a dream.
Like, this was in my head as a dream, and I'm like, no, I need to check this. This is actually real. Because you know how you have those dreams where you like you think you find something, you think, oh, I've won $1 million, and you're like, oh, I wonder if that's happened, or you have this idea, and you try and think, can I find those parts? Or I've hit something somewhere.
Actually, when it's you've gone to bed in the dream and then you wake up, it's like,
yeah,
that's when it feels like, oh, then you get let down so bad.
And that's exactly it, because it feels so real, and it feels like you've gone to sleep, you've woken up, yeah, and you've gone and done a day, and you're like, wait, did this happen? And then you're like,
No, because in the dream it's happened. Then your person in the dream sleeps, and then you wake up. So it's like you think you've gone to sleep, woken up,
and you had a whole day, and you do stuff.
Yeah, like
and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and it's just
feel
the
weird.
same. Yeah, and it feels like you've had a day, but you haven't actually had a day at all. It's in your dream.
Yeah, it's just been your night. Like it's.
There's just been times where I've
Dreams
done
are
things
weird.
that, like I said, that seems so real. It feels like I've found something, and it feels like I've saved something, and I put something away somewhere to store it because it's like worth money or something. I'm like, oh, I'll save this, you know. It's like, is it real to actually find something? And it's like, nah, it was all in the dream. I'm like, God damn it.
One day you're gonna wake up and say you're gonna go out. Where is it?
Where is it? Oh, I was like, where is it?
Where's what? The monkey in the closet.
Well, that's happened a few times. Like, I've gone to go to
who
bed
knows?
and she's asleep, and she'll kind of partly wake up. Like, you know, when you kind of disturb someone when you think they're asleep and you've woken them up, and they talk to you, like, what do you know? And you're like, well, fine. You think they're like, I've done that a few times where I've gone to go to bed, and she kind of rolls over and wakes up, like when I'm walking in the room, because I'll try and I'll stub my toe or something, and then she'll roll over. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I stubbed my toe. She's like, oh, stop doing that. You know, she'll reply to me.
How do you stop doing that?
I fucking hit it all the fucking time. I'm fucking
like, bang, stop it. I can't.
And that's what I mean. And then she'll like talk, and I'll say in the morning, it's like, oh, you got mad at me for like fucking stopping my toe. You told me off, and she's like, I don't remember telling you off.
That happens quite often to people,
like,
though.
People just like subconsciously like wake up and tell you to piss off or something like that. Like, shut up.
You remember waking a little bit, but you don't remember saying anything. Like I've literally had a conversation with one of my parents. They said they told me something. I'm like, I don't remember that.
So that's exactly. So anyone that's
Like-
listening to this, like, definitely like hit us up again on the YouTube, Twitter, or anything. Like, let us know. Has there been a moment where you've fallen asleep and you've done something like that's been more than just a dream, and it's woken, like it's transferred over? Like, because that was fucking trippy. Because I'm like, did I do that? Did that happen? Was
I
this
have
a dream?
tons
I'm like,
of those.
what the fuck? And then I was like, no. Why the fuck? I'm like, why the fuck am I downloading this? Like, why have I fucking got this? Like, what the fuck?
The thing, you did have it. Like, that's weird.
I downloaded it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Must have just been sleepy download. But you were to type Tinder, click the download.
That's what I mean, because I was in my dream. I remember being in a conversation with someone, and it came up, and I was like, and I did this whole thing
Tinder?
like in this conversation. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I'm tripped out about. Like, because it was in a dream, someone brought something up, and I was like doing this in conversation. I was typing like in my dream. But for some reason I must have been asleep, and I've had my phone, and because I've been like,
You would have had to unlock your phone though. That's
well, I fall asleep. See, I'll be like listening to like I'll be watching YouTube. So I'll be laying in bed with this YouTube, and I'll be watching that. Sometimes I'll have TikTok, and I'll fall asleep, and TikTok's still looping on one video, or it's like YouTube will keep playing, and I'm wondering if I've had it and it's been open, and I've fallen asleep, and because I'm holding my hand, subconsciously I've just gone like, because I know my phone. And I'm wondering if I've like in my sleep just gone
Tinder.
That's what I mean. It was fucking weird. I don't get it
How
either.
you've known where the fucking
Well, you use your
That's
phone.
weird.
You use your phone. You're thinking about how often you use your phone.
yeah,
You
but
know where everything is.
like, the steps. You got to open the store. You've got to type it in.
That's
You've got to
why-
click the right thing.
That's
You've-
why I'm fucking freaked out about it.
You've got to download the app.
That's exactly it. That's why I'm
Like,
very uncomfortable with what the
There's
fuck
like 5
happened.
steps to get it.
Exactly
And-
my point. That is my point.
Fucked up.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm confused myself and scared. What else have I done that I don't know about?
Wait, so that's what you tried to say? That you're just hiding the dead body the other night.
What do you mean? Google, how do I hide
Could
it?
you do that now?
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, it's scary. Imagine people. Like, I'm wondering if this is what it feels like for people that like are bipolar or something, or like.
Imagine you send a message. Someone goes, "What the fuck is
Like-
this?" You're like,
like-
"I don't remember doing that."
Is it bipolar? Not bipolar. Was it multiple personality disorder? I wonder if that's almost like what it's like.
Oh,
almost.
so Patricia got Tinder. Is that what it was?
That's kind of funny. But like, you know what I mean? Though I wonder if that's what that feels like. Almost like, even though it's in your sleep, like if that's kind of the same sense where
You've
one
got a
person
split
shuts
thing
out.
going on. You got Patricia and Kevin and.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I was just because I was like, I
Can
need
we climb on
to.
the fucking ceiling upside down?
Like, yeah, fucking yeah. Like, it makes no sense from that. Like, what the fuck? It just climbs the
It was a
wall.
demon. Well, possessed by a demon. So
was, yeah.
made sense.
That movie was good.
Which is that movie's weird though. Like it was normal, but he went all full beast mode, and it was weird.
It was very fucking uncomfortable though. That they said I'm fucking tripped out. I was like, I wanted to talk to someone about that because that like it fucking tripped me out this morning when I woke up. I was like, I had this uneasy, like I said, I had this uneasy feeling. I'm like, did this happen?
Yeah.
Scrolled across. I'm like, oh my god, it fucking did. Like, what the fuck? I was like, I've been thinking about how do I talk about this. I'm like, no, I'll bring it up to Jim. I was like,
I've never. I mean, I probably. I have
I
heard
don't
of that
know if
stuff
it's ever
happening
happened to
though.
someone.
It's crazy.
Like it does, it can happen. Like it can happen, and I'm thinking because it's so second nature using my phone, I must have just known to do
also,
it.
it
Because it's
depends
so
what
second.
you did before you slept. Like,
I know I was watching YouTube. I know that.
yeah, maybe a Tinder ad or something. Who knows? Something would have triggered something.
It could have. That could. I could have been weirdly popped up too. Weirdly enough, it could have popped up, and I could
And
have
then
tapped it.
being because you're probably still listening,
And
you probably just
maybe
click
maybe I
something.
absorbed in with someone's like in someone's video, like they're covering a conversation. I've blended that in my head as being in the conversation, and then I've clicked like.
Because you know when people put earphones in or something to
And it
sleep,
feels like
and
it feels like you get immersed into that conversation. Because I'll have like if I play Fortnite, I'll like have dreams of Fortnite. Like if I extensively like really like play
just before
absorb it,
bed, if you play
or,
a lot of it,
Minecraft,
like
yeah, I get immersed into that in my in my dreams.
so I'm thinking you watching YouTube may have led on to something else because they keep auto playing.
Oh, dude, the videos I've been through, dude. You know how you get sometimes ads? There was one time where I fell asleep. And I partly woke up in my sleep, and I was listening to like an ad that went for like 3 hours because it was like one of those motivational talk ads. And it was like I woke up, I looked at the ad, and I was like an hour and a half.
3 hours.
Yeah, they do. And I was into one of these ads for like an hour and a half. I looked at the thing.
It's a fucking novel.
Yeah, I remember having one time where I fell asleep watching something else, and I like woke up halfway going, "What the fuck am I looking to?" And I was like an hour and a half into a video, and I'm like, "How long has my phone been running for? Like, how many videos have I skipped?" Like, have you ever looked at that? Like, you change the videos?
You check through your history, it's like...
It's like all this different shit. It's like, I was like, and then sometimes I watch...
videos can go from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 minutes.
Hour. 2
How long
hours.
you slept for? Like, could be hours. You could have went through like 100 videos.
That was one time in my history where there was a video that was way out of track with what I was watching that I wanted to watch that I ended up watching in my sleep.
Yeah, because YouTube, like, I can put on, like, let's say... Fuck, I can't, like Rich, like Review Tech USA, skibbity bop.
Skibbity bop bop,
The next video could be completely random.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even... How's that got to do with tech? This is like a kid's thing now. It's like, what?
Yeah, it was fucking freaky. That's why I thought it makes perfect for like this being the whole
So if you
season.
just leave it rolling for hours, you can get the weirdest shit.
It was very fucking uncomfortable.
But if it happens again, definitely probably seek professional help, see what's actually going on. Should download another app. That's weird. But you don't get Tinder ads though, that's the weird part.
I don't fucking know. It could have been someone in the video talking about. I don't fucking know how it got into my head.
Yeah, but
It just jumped into my like. I just remember it happening in like that happening in my dream because remember it so vividly because being the fact that I woke up and it was there and I'm just like I can't get that out of my head now that I woke up to that.
that's
Thinking
weird.
that's the first thing I did before I'm like I need to check this before I go to work and I'm
There's
like,
got to be an explanation for it though somewhere. Like there has to be. There's always an answer for
subconscious-
everything.
Yeah, it's like I said, your subconscious can be fucking.
So you probably just heard it in a video or someone talked about something like Tinder and you're like, oh, Tinder. Could be anything, man. Maybe Al was talking to you in your sleep and you... Maybe Eddie. Someone, I don't know. Fucking anyone. Could have mentioned a dating site and you're like, Tinder. It's like, who fucking knows?
Who knows? Who knows? It's
But
fucking weird. It was very
If it happens
uncomfortable.
again, definitely see...
Very
You
uncomfortable.
wouldn't see a therapist, would you? Because they wouldn't be nothing like that.
Don't think so.
More of it. You don't believe that people pay
But
like
that's a
$50.
weird thing.
What
That's
is
one
my
of the weirdest
dream,
things I've
man?
ever had from my sleeps. Like, because some people get sleep paralysis demons and stuff like that. Like, like I haven't had anything like that, thankfully. But
Yeah, just a Tinder app's nothing. Like, you can just keep continuing your day. At least you didn't go yeet from the end of the bed. Now that
Fat
I've
Man's
said that.
fucked a space alien once. You ever have those dreams where aliens try to come and anal probe you? You slap the alien in the face and you fuck them instead.
Mars textile. Those aliens are creepy. They make aliens seem fucking
They're weird, small face with big
horrible,
brains.
don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They're like a skeleton head, like with a big brain. Like
Yeah.
they got like no muscle or fat on their face. They're just like this flat, fucking small
Yep.
head. with big ass eyes,
Knack, knack, knack.
with
That's
human
another-
proportions, but their arms are like Daz's, like fucking. The arms are like that fucking thick,
Knack, 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 knack.
and their legs are, but their bodies are rounded, like they're like a U.
It's
like,
so weird.
It's weird.
That's another movie to watch for Halloween. Be good to watch.
If you can find it.
That's the horror in its
We
own
were talking
part.
about that yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, we're trying to find it.
Mother's Day. But you can get it from Zavvi anywhere in the world. Zavvi is like $15.
Oh, crazy.
Hey, I recommend that movie. It's got Jack Black.
I gotta get it. I gotta try and get it.
It's got a lot of people.
Exactly.
Got Jack Nicholson.
It's one of those
Which I forgot about.
full-fledged cast movies before full-fledged cast movies were a thing.
Probably one before.
There was a few, but you
before
know what I
that.
mean, like big star-studded cast.
The one that hit the mainstream, really.
Yeah.
Mars Attacks.
Um.
Although that movie's on TV every fucking year. Always around this time of year, I think.
What's that?
Or mid-year, about June, July.
Yeah.
I kind of hate like normal TV because they got the same movies every year.
Grinch always comes on every Christmas.
What does?
Grinch.
I got that's a good movie
No,
though.
but I'm saying like they play it every year. Like there's no way you can't.
Also,
miss
get
it.
the Harry Potter marathon every fucking year.
Yeah, that's true.
It goes for like one a week, like one every Saturday or Sunday. They put Harry Potter
Yeah,
on, then the
for
next one,
like
then
the
the next
7, 8
one. Like,
weeks.
oh, I don't watch normal TV anymore. Like, I've cut it out for the last few years.
Pretty much.
YouTube's the only TV I need.
Pretty much. Until they give you those two
Reveals.
ads.
Something happened in there. Like, must be an ad or something. Like,
There
fuck's
must have
sake.
been. Like, I don't know. I don't get it because I was out cold. Like,
Or you were just
I was-
catfishing one of them.
catfishing myself.
Did you check messages on there?
I did not look at anything. I just fucking deleted that shit.
You probably just like,
Yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no,
next
no,
we
no,
get
no.
all these emails saying you've been accepted.
Oh
You
god.
would have had to sign in.
No, not if you download it.
Yeah, if you download it, you would have had to sign in to actually use it. So if you did use it,
Oh, how do I sign
you
in?
would have had to sign into something. You should have checked all that.
I didn't look. I was just like, nah, I'm not needing this shit.
If you clicked on it, if you had to sign in, you didn't use it.
True.
If you were signed in, you
I
did
didn't think
something.
about it. I'm just like, I don't need this shit. I haven't needed
Yeah,
this
but
shit in fucking
just get
forever.
it again and check it just to make sure you didn't send
I
like
don't have to
you didn't
re-download
like
it.
swipe
See, the
everyone
problem
like.
before is I've had when it's happened a few times when I've got new phones because I've had it in the past. Sometimes apps will re-download, and that's one thing I hate the most is when you re-download all your apps because it just defaultly re-downloads all your apps again, or it tries to. I've had it.
Well, ones that are
sometimes pop up on my
installed
phone.
usually.
Well, I've had it a few times pop up, and I'm like, why the fuck are you coming back? I don't need you. Can you kindly fuck off? And it's like, fuck.
That's funny there. It's fucking hilarious. Tinder in your sleep.
It's a weird fucking thing.
That's.
It's the weirdest
I've
thing
never
I can
heard
think of.
that in a sentence before ever. I've never heard
Now
that.
you have. Now you have. I've never heard that in a sentence, so
That's going to be a topic for sauce.
that's fucking weird. That's all I'm like. I need to.
Has anyone dreamt of Tinder? Like,
Like, so some kind of ad conversation segued. It happened and influenced the thing.
I mean, I've dreamt some weird shit, but it probably is weirder, but I can't remember it.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's safer to not remember.
Yeah, you'll forget about that in no time.
No, one of the recurring dreams I usually have is
Unless it happens again.
a three-headed dog on the beach. Three-headed
Fluffy?
dog. It always happened. Yeah, it was like that, but it was always. I actually dreamt it before that.
Cerberus?
Three-headed dog. And there's always a shack on the
Hades,
beach.
is that you?
The tide is out, and there's a three-headed dog. It's a black three-headed dog.
A big one or a little one?
Big one. On the beach.
Maybe
near
it
a
is
wooden
Hades. Is there with his fucking chain? Just head down, boys.
But yeah, no, I still remember it. It's happened a few times when I was younger, and it's continued on sometimes.
It'd be the Disney Hades just chilling with his blue fucking flame.
Maybe that's where it's from, like the influence of that, because I've had it in my dreams. Maybe
Because he had
that's
that Cerberus, remember, in the actual Hercules movie.
So maybe that's because I love that movie and the game and stuff. Maybe that's where that came from, embedded in my my memories, influenced in my brain.
I'll be a dream reader for people. I won't
Dream
really, but
I was gonna do some special streams too. I might do that during the week. I might do some special streams this week and bring out the book and read
you having weed? Do some special streams.
bring out the
Oh, reading fairy tales.
yeah, the tales.
Those are fucked up.
So I might do that through the week too. Since leading up to Halloween, I'm gonna finish.
Should do one story every day.
Do it every night, yeah. They're short too. They quick. Some of them are quick reads, like real quick.
Oh, so probably half an hour to an hour a day.
Can I talk to you
But if they're
of
quick,
our
you
Lord and
can pop out a
Saviors,
few.
the Brothers Grimm?
The Brothers Grimm.
The White Bride and the Black One.
If you want to watch those stories, you can check out Grimm, the TV show, which is also fucking good.
Grimm was a good show.
So many, I think it's still going, isn't it?
Don't think so.
I think it.
Like there's
not long
look at this.
finished.
Here's one's called God's Food, and look how short it is there.
Oh, done like a
that there?
paragraph.
Oh, even smaller. Our Lady's Little
Okay,
Glass.
so it finished 2017. Oh,
Some are like quite big. Goosebumps. Should read some Goosebumps. I need to get Goosebumps again.
the only books I'd read now would be Goosebumps, I think.
Put that book there. But
I forgot how good the effects were in Grimm. Damn.
oh yeah, they were actually pretty decent. I loved this
I forgot how good that looked. Like little rat man, the werewolf guy.
Did pretty good. But yeah, so I'm gonna watch some more spooky stuff through the week, I think.
I couldn't get my head around the dude being in Prison Break, and then and now he's like a werewolf. I'm like, brain does not compute.
Oh, the other random guy.
The big tall dude.
Yeah, he was like
The
small.
dude who's a rat with the werewolf, and then like in Prison Break, he was like that psycho dude. Like,
I gotta watch.
I'm like, I
Prison
can't
Break.
differentiate.
I never finished that series. I've got them all.
What?
Prison Break.
Oh,
I
the
never
last
finished it.
season's in a movie.
But I got all.
There's
I
a
got
movie
all-
at the end of the fourth.
I got the whole lot to try and force myself to watch it. And I still haven't watched it after buying it all.
I got it in a metal tin.
Like, same as Lost.
It's like
I bought all
$50.
of Lost to try and get myself finished watching, and I still haven't finished watching it.
No, because you got lost.
Exactly. I played the game. Have you played the Lost game?
Fuck off. No, I'm not touching that.
Did you really? Oh, it's so good. Such a fuck though. Oh, dude, such a
I'm not
mind fuck.
playing that now. Like that wouldn't handle well. It wouldn't be the best thing to play.
So basically, the game
Looked
kind of
janky back then.
followed the show because I kind of know how the ending went for Lost, but the game was
Didn't they
whack.
fast track the game? Like it was way quicker.
It did, Leo. It went through a lot of the stuff. It was like weird because it was funny because at the thing you do the
Lost
whole
was so good.
because it starts off where you're walking through and you see you kind of saw the glimpse of the plane flying over. And then you go this whole thing, and it's like, yeah, it's a weird glimpse thing, and then it starts off, and then like, and it cuts, and then it goes to the plane, and you're coming out from the crash, and you go through this whole thing, you got the smoke monster, you go through basically all the events, and then it leads back to the end of you coming back again to the hatch, and you see the plane flying over, and you're like, oh fuck, like it's a loop, it's a whole time loop.
God. That's becoming popular now, like
It's
loops
like
at
yeah, it's
everything.
like a weird time loop thing, because it explains you getting to a point, which then...
Oh, which you did watch the Loot movie, Boss Level. That movie's good.
Oh, that was so good. They made like the whole concept of like respawning or like playing a video game where the character
That was better
like,
than Free
dies and
Guys
comes back.
version.
It had that like it was like meant to be like it was real life, but they portrayed like it was like a character within a video game. Like it's like Boss Level is like
kind of?
Boss Level what like they made it like it was a movie and this dude was stuck in this time from that whole device. So it's kind of spoiling.
He knew everything. He knew like what's going to happen because he figured it like Deathloop. Like he knew what was going to.
But
because he kept getting further and further.
Well, what the meta of it was is like the meta of the movie is like if someone's playing a video game where you get the story. So like when you play a game, you buy a game, you play the story, and you die, you respawn at the checkpoint and you play again.
Like Deathloop.
That's what like in every game you have. Like if you play Halo or Gears, so you get to a point, you die, you go back to the checkpoint, and you start again, you keep going. that's where I felt like the movie got to the point where he's playing, like someone's playing the character, like we're watching like a narrative of a video game, and their version, he dies and it went back to the thing, like because it was that.
Yeah, it didn't happen. It was only there for a couple of years though, doing it.
Yeah, it was only a small amount of time. But, like, it was kind of like the perspective of, okay, when you play a video game, you play...
50 odd days, I think he was doing it. When the movie kicked off.
200 and something days, 300 days or something like that.
No, but remember the first time you see it's like 50 or 40 something, and then he skips through it.
Yeah. But, like, that presence is like, imagine if that's how the character feels. Like, if you're playing, like, say, if you'll be... Like Wreck-It Ralph, if, like, you were actually in Wreck-It Ralph...
Don't ruin games for me!
No, but like, imagine if like you played as like. I feel sorry
for my damn characters.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So imagine if you're like playing the narrative and like imagine how that character would feel. Imagine like if Marcus Phoenix would feel like if he was playing and he died and he'd be like, "Fuck, like I gotta do this again. What the fuck's going on?"
He doesn't die.
But but you know what I mean. You restart. You go back to the checkpoint and you play again.
Yeah.
But then you yourself know how it went, so you're prepared yourself to deal with that future event that's going to come up. Think about that. So you yourself control the characters to deal with the future event because you know what's coming up. So it's like, again, like Deathloop. So
they're
what if these
ruining the
characters...
game industry for me.
So I think of these...
in their games
I think of these extra levels, so it's like Wreck-It Ralph, stuff like that, and like it's kind of cool because like imagine those characters would be like either getting agitated, pissed off, they knew what's coming up themselves, but they don't have control of their body. Like it's almost like Gamer. If you remember Gamer with Gerard Butler.
Maybe it's fucking weird though.
But that was like real life. That was like real life gaming where like people playing the game thought they were playing a game, but they were controlling real people, like in Modern Warfare. Like that's fucked up. Like, but it's like the same kind of thing. Like it's these weird movies that have this weird insight. That's why I like Boss Level. Is like we started getting that more insight of like this is like a real movie kind of based movie style narrative, but it's like a video game, and it's being like okay, you play and you die and respawn. Like it's not just he's dying and it's like their narrative was the machine. I suppose
Free Guy's not really like that, is it? Free Guy's more.
He's an NPC, and like NPCs don't die. You kill an NPC, but you'll see the same NPC later. Like that's the pretense. Like the NPC would just respawn. Like it's a little bit. I
still think it's funny watching that movie, and he goes to dude's glasses. Like the NPC just shot him, just. Poof.
Yeah, the NPC. Imagine playing a game and NPC, but that's like the whole pretense of like The Sims.
Some NPCs can do that though.
Like exactly,
if they're programmed to, which he wasn't.
Well, it's because it's subcategory.
I don't want to say anything because spoilers for people who haven't seen it.
True. It's been out for a little while now. But
but people haven't seen it.
There's a narrative to it, but like that's what I mean. It's kind of cool having these things where like imagine if we see more games like that where NPCs start becoming more aware. Imagine playing a game like I don't know, like RuneScape or GTA like. Imagine talking to NPCs.
GTA kind of is like that.
But like, imagine if you talk to an NPC and you kept treating it like shit. So imagine, or like Fable, where there's that NPC you keep coming to, and you know how you used to shoot people, and they took it, and you can come back later, and you could shoot them again. Imagine if like in GTA,
Fallout.
Yeah. So like, imagine like the more you see them, the more you kill them. When they respawn back, they know that they've been dealt with. That they keep getting killed. So imagine GTA, you kept going back and holding up this dude's store every time in GTA 5. But imagine like it's like the 10th time or 15th time. He's just like, no, none of this fucking shit. And he just shoots you straight up. Like he says to you, no, not this time. I've dealt with this 15 times. Or like he's so very self-aware and he like shoots you.
I'm guessing that's more of a GTA 6 thing. Maybe Rockstar's doing that.
Maybe, like imagine having things like that, like having games where characters become...
You can imagine what they did for Red Dead 2 compared to the first one. Because that was a next-gen experience.
Yeah.
Well, back then, for the last gen. GTA 6 is going to be next-gen. Can you imagine what mechanics they're going to have that's totally new? Like, probably NPCs might be AI, like...
Well, I mean, for example, they had the horses, like, this is a very minute detail, like, say...
Oh, the
balls, like, the weather when it was cold, the horse's balls shrunk. When it was hot, they hung, like, that's attention to detail.
No one else done that.
That, like, it's so weird, it's unnecessary, but, like... No, not really, no. But, what if we start getting things like that? Like more things, not that specifically. Again, like
also, the NPCs did fuck with you. If you aimed at them, they'd fucking shoot you.
Well, imagine start thinking attention to detail. So imagine GTA, because you know how you got. So this is just another random thing. Imagine if they do with it. But imagine, okay, so you got your paint sprays. You can customize your cars. You know how you can do up your cars, paint and stuff like that. So imagine it gets to a point where that fine tune with detail with what you're choosing. It like say for example you're customizing your car, you know how you can choose your different style texture of tires. You got your off-road, you got your street tires, you got that. what happens if they get that far with detail that, say, if you did a car up and you put street tires on it and you went off road, the tires wore down and they exploded quicker.
They kind of do to a sense, like
Kind
they
of,
do
but
slow
don't
you
have it.
down and stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. But imagine if they know that that's doing so that if you're
That's
taking,
gonna be a lot of work though to make that for every wheel. Like,
but they might do something like that because it's getting innovative and more detailed attention.
Well,
like as I said, you got horses' balls shrinking and expanding.
That's what I mean. That was last gen. Like
I said, because you can already have hitbox, like, registered markers that, okay, this is off-road. This is, like, you'd color code things, so it's like, it's red zone. Streets are, like, blue
the
zone.
maps, and they put the red trails, blue trails,
Exactly.
yellow
So
trails.
if you mark off these areas, so it's red trail, so, okay, then a tyre would be classified.
Well, games are grids. Like, you got grids.
Exactly. So if you were to grid tyres, so if blue
Well,
and
the triangles
blue,
now.
well, polygon, the triangles, not polygons, yeah. So what I'm getting at is, like, imagine if you code sense so that your street tires were blue, so they matched the blue terrain, so they worked more normally. Off-road would match red to red because off-road. So if you had cross-color, so if you had, okay, blue on red, the wear down structure would be a lot more quicker. So then you'd have tires bursting at a quicker rate. If you happen to drive a rocks, like
you could only shoot the tires and burst them, couldn't you?
because yeah, well, that's exactly it. You shot, you burst them. But once if you had cross-matching regions, okay, you know, you look at it in any kind of racing game. Like, they have wear. Like, you have wear and tear. Like, you look at...
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Forza and stuff, like, they have wear and tear. What if they
Well,
start
Gran Turismo is the best one, because...
Yep. Hitting, you got the wheel wear, the axle wear, the brake wear. You had to pull into the pits to repair it. What if games start getting more attention to detail, things like that, even GTA? It doesn't have to be GTA. But what if we start seeing things like
GTA
that?
6 is going to blow minds. Like,
Because
it
they
just will.
already had details in Red Dead Redemption 2, like, very minute
That looked
details.
next gen. Like, that looks like a current gen game.
And you just think what they could do. Like, there's anything they could do. They could have vehicle wear and tear. They could have even outfit wear and tear. So not just like, okay, you know, you got a character, like they showed, like when you got wet, like if you walked into water and you came out, you got wet. What happens if they show, like, okay, you're rolling around the dirt, there's more dirt details. If you happen to fall wearing clothing and you fall down, like it actually started to tear. Like the outfit, uniform, like the clothing you're wearing looks like they tear. Like, that's a lot of work, but these are things that they might start looking at.
Would it be static tears though? Like specific things tear, like just specific areas?
It
like
could be. It could be. Like,
wouldn't be dynamic, I don't think, because that'd be hard for every piece of clothing.
But like these are the things that could happen. I don't know. Like they could limit down how much.
Because I remember Red Dead 2, they did have the mud mechanic. They had the dirt. They had you could wash it off in the water.
Exactly. What if they start doing things like that?
Just think what they've done with Red Dead. You could use all that in GTA 6 plus more.
Yeah. Like, imagine all the different details of stuff like that. Anything
like,
could be
that
possibilities.
game's bigger than GTA 5, I think. Like, that game's bigger.
Well, with all the attention to detail and then putting in modern times with everything, so your bikes, cars, planes, like, you could do things. Like, there's so much you could do.
I hope you can ride horses in GTA 6.
They better bring animals. Like,
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
Ride a rhino in GTA 6.
Why would there be a rhino in, like, Liberty City?
You go to a zoo for some stupid reason.
Is there a zoo in Liberty City? Because it's in Vice City. Like, it's going back to Vice City. It's this next game.
They actually are doing Vice City, are they?
I think so. I think it's in Vice City.
Which is
but
Miami.
It's modern day. Yeah, but it's modern.
So what could they have there?
They have alligators.
Alligators? No?
They had them in... They could just post copy and paste from fucking Red Dead because they look good in there.
So that's what I'm saying. There's all kinds of things they could do. There's all kinds of things that you could be done.
I remember that boss alligator fucking killed me 3 times trying to kill that.
I'm keen to see what 6 is going to bring, like, advanced, like, next-gen, like...
Yeah, because I'm sick of 5.
Like, and we're not still a bit away. But in the interim, if you're sick of 5, not too long around the corner, though, is the trilogy. I'm so keen.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
GTA Trilogy looks so good. Perfect little segue there to GTA, to more GTA.
Also, there's a lot of negativity towards it, which we're going to speak about as well.
What I reckon a lot of it is I reckon these are people that never played the
originals.
Well, I don't think they played much of the originals, or they don't have in their memory what the originals were like.
Oh, PS2.
Like, that's like PS2, Xbox, like, if you were lucky to have the ports on, like, 360 and PC, like, those games were janky. You try and go back and play those games now, they're very janky. I've tried to play them multiple times, and because I'm so used to the newer controls,
The thing
and
where
also
you
stick
drove a
turning,
car in San Andreas, the triggers will look left and right.
it was that's what I mean. The control bindings don't work
X
nowadays.
was drive. The triggers were look left, look right.
And that's why they've kept it fluid by making it like the play fluid and plays like you're playing GTA 5.
Well, they said they kind of did that. They didn't 100% copy that control style, which you can't because they got different mechanics in them games.
Because there's only because you think about GTA 5, how many things you can do, actions. Like you can do so many things where those games were limited with the actions you could do. Like
you could just run and shoot, really.
Exactly, you can't do all these extra fandangled things. So you are limited.
I mean, you probably can. Like because I haven't played them since I was a kid.
The characters look great. So they're no longer blocky, sharp-edged characters. They're actually rounded.
They're still blocky. They're just they're 4K crisp now, though.
Oh no, dude! They're rounded character models.
No, but you know what I mean, though. Like they've still got their. I'm looking at the train in the third game. That when they put the train through, the track used to be like all weird. Now it's like
like the curve, how it curved. It was like straight lines. How it curved. That's all like nicely rounded now.
Now it's like squared off, so it looks a lot nicer.
It's actually smoother.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff, dude. Like the character models look amazing.
You can't please everyone. Apparently, they've pissed off a lot of people.
People going like people had the expectations that they were going to get the 3
GTA
games
5.
in GTA 5. And the problem is...
they could, technically.
Technically, they could have done that.
It'll ruin the games.
But they wanted to keep that nostalgia look and feel, which is understandable. I like the looks. And the character models, they've upscaled. Like I said, the character models are fully changed. They're not blocky, like Tomb Raider-ish blocky character models now. They're actually like rounded, detailed characters.
I mean, they're still not GTA 5 level, but they're at least PS3 360 level.
Well, that's that. Like, they're really crisp, like, cartoony characters. They kept that cartoony.
They're not 2002. Well, 3 came out 2002.
Like, they look so good. We're gonna have to put those photos up on the Instagram and the Twitter and stuff. But like those photos, like the detail they've done is just amazing. Like scenery detail, like there's no longer jagged shaped objects. Everything's rounded.
Did you see the rain effects in that third game, like GTA 3, where they had the cars and they had the rain? That looks so good compared to.
It looks so good. The dynamic lighting's been improved. Like there's reflections as well. Like.
Yeah, they're ray traced, I think.
Like close to,
To a point. They're probably cube mapped lighting, but reflections. But who knows? We haven't seen it yet.
Pretty. Like it looks pretty. It looks like a big advancement from the original game.
I'm going to be smashing them. 3 Vice City and San Andreas, easy. I'm just going to.
Oh, same.
I will dedicate time to.
Like, I'll be playing those. Like, I just want to play through them. Like I said, I've tried playing through them, the old games, and it's just hard because the character models are so stiff.
Controls are inverted. Some things don't even work half the time.
So seeing this looking a lot cleaner and nicer, and just like
more jagged GTA 3, 2000, Vice City, 2002, San Andreas, 2004.
Oh,
they're old. Nearly 20 years old. Some of them.
But no, it looks so
actually,
good.
Vice City's 20 years old next year.
Because GTA 3 was...
And you expected a fucking remake. That would have changed so much.
Be thankful that we even got this. Like, I don't know why people are being like...
And we didn't need it.
No, they didn't have to do this. But they wanted to do this, and I'm over the moon that they've done this. I'm going to buy it twice. Like, people are going
to buy 3.
Maybe even that too, buy it on all platforms, because I have a GTA collection, so...
Yeah.
Ironically enough, talking about it, I keep forgetting I keep walking past it every day. So every day I walk past, I have a shelf. And on my shelf, I have the GTA games on Xbox sitting on my shelf. So I actually got these. So when I got this, I still got the slip somewhere, but it's actually called the Xbox Collection as well. They were a special 2-pack of 3 in Vice City, and I got like artwork on the back and stuff. And then I got this one separately. I was looking
at some of the stills in that in the remasters, and some of them backgrounds look like GTA 5. Like, it's just the characters aren't, because you can't really.
Well, they want to keep to that
style.
They want to stick to. They could.
Yeah.
But they want to keep to the original art style. They want to stick to everything like how it used to be. Like that.
So I looked at that strip club, that lady up top. That looked like it was out of GTA 5. Like, that looked so clean.
Like, cause yeah,
So high detail.
because like you look at the character model, like I kind of got the image in the book here. You look at the character model like how he used to look back in the original games. Like,
Who's CJ? Oh,
look how janky and blocky he looks. He looks so much more cleaner now in the new screenshots. Like, he's cleaned up. Like even though like they tried.
when you said it was chubby, he's kind of chubby there too.
No,
you
not
just can't
him.
really
It was
tell. Oh, the dude from Vice City.
Yeah, he looks a lot chubbier.
Was that Tommy Vassetti?
Oh no, he was kind of chubby, I guess. Yeah, too.
Is it Tommy Vassetti?
No, not Vassetti.
Tommy.
Yeah, no, he does look
I
kind of chubby.
smashed that
It's just
game.
his
I think I
face.
finished it like 3 or 4
So his
times.
body, yeah, okay. So his body size is chubby in his body size, but you look look at his body, look at his face. See how skinny his face looks, and his arms are kind of.
Oh, I think they've made him better now.
They've
though.
actually done it where his arms, hands, and head match his whole body type. It doesn't look disproportioned. Like,
But back then, they only had so many polygons for different things.
well, it was the art style they had. The character models had like really odd. It was either their heads were really big, kind of thing, or their bodies were odd shaped. Like everything was very.
games were very polygon aware because you can only have so much at once on the damn screen.
It's just how they
and
did
the
it.
characters took a lot of polygons compared to things.
Like I said, it was.
and
It was
being the
niche-
first
niche
open world games, really, they did like do the scenery as well, so the characters took a big hit.
But the amount of detail that they've got, like in bloody San Andreas, is insane as well.
Yeah, but I tried to play that recently, and it does not hold up at all. The old one.
No, but like look at the old textures as well. Like on the characters, like the textures were so lowball because of when it came out. And we thought that was amazing back in the day.
Have you seen the comments of that dude's? They're gonna finally see his order in 4K.
Yeah, no, I haven't, but that's great. Get number 9.
They're gonna have to see
You
what he
as soon as that drops, people are gonna get that and record that. It's gonna be the beam all over TikTok and stuff. Can I get a number 9? A number 9 large, number 6s. Like, it's gonna come back because it's. Gonna
And then it was like catch the train, CJ. They're gonna be that in.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Because
gonna.
everyone hated that mission because you couldn't catch it.
You had a glitch kind of to try and catch it, but you weren't supposed to. You're not
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
now
catch it.
I reckon it'll be a lot smoother now, so you can actually get it first attempt.
The handling, because the handling of the vehicles was so janky too. That's
I
supposed
think
to
I
be improved.
overshot that train
The
so many
handling is
times.
improved. There's so much that's been improved. It's just like, oh.
It'll be GTA 5 style driving and stuff, so
So keep, but yeah.
thank God.
When was that? November 11th. It hits digital.
November 11th for digital, December 7th for physical, and for PS5 it's next year.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got the Series X and that out with the Xbox and PS4. Why can't you just fucking... And the mobiles next year as well. Let's come out Switch this year, though. I mean, on the Switch, those games would be good too.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably handle like shit because it's the Switch controls.
My throat is so dry right now.
I would not try and play those on the little Joy-Cons.
My throat feels really fucking dry. You know what? You ever get that dry throat where like, and you try to swallow and you can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got right now. I'm trying to like swallow like my saliva
The hell?
that's building up, and I can't swallow properly.
I'm gonna. That's not promoting this, but to play Switch,
No,
you
no.
need one of these. 100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. Like, it's just like an Xbox controller. Although,
wet one whistle.
it's Crash Bandicoot.
Crash.
I don't know how they sold this. Like, I think you can still get it, which is sad. I think it was because of the Crash Trilogy on Switch.
Where is it?
If you own the Crash Trilogy on Switch, it's just like the console versions, pretty much. There's no downgrade. I mean, it's probably not 1080p, but what?
It just looks so funny looking at the old character models.
Yeah. We just save them and put them on the screen in the potty. Just bookmark this at time and just go bam, 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 all three.
Like, yeah, like look at thingy from GTA 3 now. You can't really see.
Is that now?
Like that's how he looks. He's like so much more detail.
Mm.
Can't really see. It's very bright. Though.
Right? I mean, the people out there
Like,
who are
look at
disappointed
that.
by this,
Like look at the
you
detail.
don't have to buy it.
Like people giving a shit. Like because it looks like that's the art style. They're keeping to that cartoony art style. Look at the detail in that. That's the character model.
Because those games were never meant to be real.
That was it. But like they've added so much detail. There's
Like
wrinkles in the
GTA
face.
5, that's more realistic.
Like there's so much they've done.
If you're complaining that it's not a remake, which people are calling it a remake,
Like,
they're not.
The character models
They're
look
remastered.
Like here we go. Here's Tommy Vercetti.
You get better visuals. You get visual upgrades, audio upgrades. You don't get a full fucking remake.
Like they've got the proper shadow toning on the character model. Like this is like it's like looking at San Andreas.
Also, that pink though. Oof.
I'm not San Andreas. It looks like I'm looking at Saints Row character models.
Not as good as Saints Row still.
No, but this is high detail character models.
Although Saints Row 1, 2, and 3 were pretty like them,
You
pretty
can
like
actually see the
GTA
detail.
Vice
There's the
City and
wrinkles
that.
under the eyes, wrinkles around the mouth. There's lips, shadows. There's beard shadows. Like there's actual.
Well, you can
detail.
do more with those because they're not so real. Like you can put more detail on them. That doesn't look absurdly weird.
Yeah,
like you look at Trevor and that. If you change them with those with more detail, that look weird. That looks so weird if you change Michael and that. I'm kind of pissed though that we don't get Michael and Trevor in 6.
Yeah.
I couldn't give two shits about Franklin.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
I didn't like that cat. Like,
Franklin was pretty average.
He was whiny and shit.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do anything bad. I don't know. It's weird.
And it was weird.
My throat.
Tried that they went there. Having 3 characters to tell a story was a bit weird.
It's just that the other 2 were so good that Franklin got pushed back. Like Michael's storyline, good. Trevor's probably the best one of all 3. He was a bit maniac. He was so random, but he had a good fucking story. But then Franklin, who's always looking for Lamar and shit, like drive here, drive there, drive here, whinge a bit. Go see Michael, complain to Michael. Like, fuck. Yeah, well, I think they're doing the same thing with 6, though, having the 3 protagonists. Which I'm not keen for. Except with Vice City, just have 1. San Andreas, I only had 1. 1 protagonist, I don't care. But, yeah, if you're keen, instead of going on Twitter and ranting about the remasters, just don't buy them. No one's forcing you to buy them. But what are you looking for?
Rumor it might come to Steam as well. That's not a surprise.
Don't think so.
Well, the games
it's on their launcher.
Yeah, but I mean, Rockstar games are on Steam as well, anyway.
Yeah, but they're going to the launcher first, so
yeah.
Who knows?
It'll be of course, an exclusive thing to the launcher.
Probably a year or so on there, and then. But yeah, they're coming out soon.
So dry right now.
2 and a bit weeks, and you get them digitally.
My throat is so dry. I need to get a lozenge or something. My throat is so dry.
Get some water, bro.
I know, I need water. Like it's burning. Like it's dry. I feel it so dry.
And cold tea wouldn't help. But I'm going to rule some things off here that are interesting. But Elden Ring, that got delayed.
Not surprising.
Till February 25th, so an extra month. But you can play it very soon on November 12th and 14th for a closed network test on consoles only.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. We get to see what the game plays like. Ooh. Yep. Ooh. I don't know, if you can play it non-stop for 2 days or if it's only certain times, or I don't know any of that. Also coming January 14th, 2022 is God of War. Which is getting a 4K whatever upgrade. It's getting performance boosts. It's getting other things I can't remember. There's no DLC or anything because that never came out. But you're getting the definitive edition. Like it's going to have the bells and whistles. Better than the console. At least the PS4 anyway. But that's going to be cool. January 14th. I think it's full price as well. So it's still worth it. Um, fuck, where is it? Why did I put? Oh yeah, and the Uncharted trailer dropped, which
Yes.
I'm excited for. Bit confused by the trailer. They showed so many different things from the games. Like, they kept jumping. It's like, are you just showing off for the people who've played these? Like, you're not going to appeal to anyone new.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Like, they were spitballing off scenes and sequences from the games, but like not showing new parts, new moments. So like exactly highlighting moments we've seen from across the genre.
They showed some new things, but
a lot of it was like
just
highlighting. Talking. It was highlighting moments that we've seen in the games that we've seen already.
They mentioned Sam, which I'm not sure if that's a full reference or if it's from when he was a kid when they were robbing houses and that, like, because he was locked up in the games. Sam was in jail, I think, was it? Or not jail, but for kids.
Juvie.
Because I think they're orphans or something. I don't know. Yeah, can't remember. And Nate was like locked in a orphanage. Which is...
So we've got the Uncharted movie coming, and then we've got later on in the track with the Last of Us series.
Yeah, that looks better though.
So
they're actually taking that more serious than the Uncharted one. I mean, it's weird having Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. I think just because it's Sony making him and he's with Spider-Man doing Sony. So I'm guessing they can do like two things at once.
Makes it easier. But I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me, the role.
Give Wahlberg a moustache.
All you need to do is just give him a moustache. If movies can take away moustaches, movies should be able to give moustaches.
They didn't take away Superman very well.
No, but they should be able to give him better.
You could easily see it was there. But yeah, like, just give Wahlberg, unless he's got it later, that we just didn't see it. Sully's always had a moustache. When he was young and with young Drake, he had a moustache.
I know, like, can't Mark Wahlberg just have a moustache?
Well, he did in some of the pictures. Remember the behind the scenes, he had a moustache. So maybe the scenes in the trailer, they were hiding it. They were showing other things. No, they were just like before he had it. I don't know. I hope he's got one though, because also he hasn't got the right voice for Sully. I'm not gonna. This isn't a disrespect thing, but Wahlberg's kind of a whiny. He's got like a whiny voice.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like something like that.
I can kind of see the look. Like he's always had that look to a point.
Yeah,
but he just didn't have
Sully's got the father, like looking, or the grandfather thing about him, like the old wise head, fucking the deepest voice and stuff. Like, come on. Could anyone else but Wahlberg?
But like the weird part about it though is like you've got Wahlberg who's playing Sully, you've got Tom Holland who's playing Drake, but like the way it goes, like Wahlberg could even been like it could have even been Drake, like you know what I mean?
Young though, he would have been older Drake, but then you get Nathan Fillion for that.
That's what I'm saying though. But like it's just weird getting Tom Holland because he's young, but it's like he doesn't have that look.
Yeah, but he does look like a young Drake, but like. He's not like a rugged person. Like, Nate's rugged. Nate, like, he's the guy, as David Jaffe says, because I seen that yesterday. He's like, you pick someone in a bar fight to fight for you. You're picking Nate.
Yeah.
Tom Holland isn't like that. Like, you wouldn't pick him for a fight. You just wouldn't.
Like, okay, looking back at the comparison, like, I can kind of get the idea of, like, when Nathan Drake's a kid, Tom Holland kind of almost has that touch.
Yeah,
but Tom Holland is 25. Like, you age that point of where Nathan Drake would be that age. Like, he just doesn't. I don't know. Like,
in the fourth game, he's old. He's in his 40s or 50s even at the end of that game.
And he just doesn't have the right vibe, I feel, personally.
He's not rugged. He doesn't got that...
Like, he looks very yugged. He's young and rugged. He's yugged.
Yugged.
Like, yeah, because he's got, like, that defined look. Like, he's like...
He's too clean.
He's too Nathan Fillion. When you look at him like Nathan Drake when he's old.
Oh, yeah. I think you mean, like... Fucking Tom seen Nathan Fillion.
No, he just looks
I'm
weird.
like, what?
You can even see in that pose, it looks like looking at that main poster they took, now looking at now, it looks like he's posed and it looks like he's trying to push out his chin.
Like,
Like he's trying to make it look rugged, like...
yeah.
Trying to get that
Like,
look.
I don't know. It's... For young Drake, it makes sense. Well, probably not even young. Probably
Yeah,
early 20s Drake. It works, but... And again, we'll see. Did that say it was coming out any time, or...
Soon.
I think it was next year. Huh?
Soon.
I think it was next... Let me check. Let me give a look at that. Because I swear it said next year.
Oh, God.
Uncharted movie, yeah, 2022. It says. Also, someone asked before. Oh, February 17th. Oh, that is February is expensive.
Yeah.
So Chloe's in. Yeah, Chloe's. But where happened to Elena? But then again, it's young Nate. Okay, so when you look at the clips, he's got a moustache. He looks look like a porn stash.
Right, it looks so bad.
Oh, do you see it too? Like where he's got the little. It's just a moustache, nothing else. There's there's nothing else. It's just a moustache.
While you're on the computer, actually, I'll bring it up now. So they've announced. This is the other week they announced it. They announced who's playing Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that dude's glow up?
Who is it again?
Will Poulter. Type it in.
Oh yeah, the dude from like he's that weird nerdy kid.
Yeah, like have you seen what he looks like now?
Nope, I'll Google it.
He had like the big massive weird eyebrows and like no chin and stuff like that. Now look at him. It's fucking weird.
Oh, he's in Guardians 3, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing Adam Warlock.
That's what I mean. Like, old mate did it. Zachary Levi. He did the same thing.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's weird. Like seeing people like.
Isn't that the kid who was in that Jennifer Aniston movie? He played that fucking really stupid kid.
Yeah.
I remember that dude.
Like he was that goofy kid, and now look at him. Like he almost looks like everyone's been saying. Like, did he steal Hemsworth's blood and just shoot up his veins? Like, he almost looks like a Hemsworth now. People have been saying.
Wouldn't go that far.
In that one photo they've got of him going around.
No.
He looks like if you look at the photo where he's like got the black shirt on and it's like against the white background. Do you see it? Do you find that? Do any of those photos pop up for Will?
Nope.
You don't see it? Oh, it almost looks like his face has been photoshopped or deepfaked on like Liam's
What is hoping to see that?
Just Will Poulter. His name Poulter?
I got nothing.
Well,
I've got other things but that.
There's a photo that comes up and it's just him with his blonde hair, black shirt against the white backdrop, and it looks like Will's face is deep faked on like Liam Hemsworth's body. Like it almost looks like if you were to put his face on Liam Hemsworth's face, it almost looks like Liam Hemsworth a bit.
What a weird choice for Adam Warlock. Like, who would have thought of that little scrawny dude that then just got jacked?
Well, now exactly, and he's now Adam Warlock. Like, fuck the hell. Like, it's so weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's such a. But again, it's someone young, which is setting up for future iterations as well for down the track.
Yeah, well, if you start them off in their 20s, you can keep them for like 10 years. 10 to 20 years. Or they don't last 20 years in there, but...
Why is a lot of it Zac Efron? Apparently a lot of people want Zac Efron as Adam Warlock. Well, guess what? You ain't getting it.
Why? Because he's buff, but he's not buff anymore. Or he is, but he's not as buff.
It's just still looking at Will as when he was younger. He just
also, like... Zac Efron hasn't got the... That dude's small.
Actually, that's another thing too. I saw on TikTok as well. People doing their glow ups, where it was Johnny Sins actually showed his old photo when he was a kid, And he just looked like a typical nerd like all of us. Like, he looked like a
Yeah,
generic... He had that runny
everyone
shirt.
did back
That's what
then.
I'm saying. But then you see, like, your typical nerd-looking, nerdy shirt, just like, hey, skinny, long neck. And then he's just like, me now. It's just like, that dude's done more than anyone else has in his entire life. The amount of careers he's had. He's been an astronaut, a plumber, you know, fireman, janitor, doctor, nurse, like, gardener. Like, man, he's done so
if
much.
you want context, go back a few episodes and you'll see a whole
You'll see
episode
it.
about him.
You'll see it. You can't miss it. It's Johnny Sins.
Yeah, he's reading the newspaper.
But, like, that's what I mean, though. It's interesting to see, like, where people were when they were younger and then
Just
where
pick
they
out
are
his
now.
next job.
Picking his next job. I want to be a dentist.
Yeah, if we see a dentist one does, it's all your fault. Come to get your face filled.
But, like...
What have you done, Des?
What are you
Jesus.
done?
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. Watch out for lice.
They come off mice.
Just for the right price. Wouldn't that be nice? If you met Captain Price.
That'd be pretty cool, though. Oh, like him in PS5 is... Also, you see him without his hat on. That's weird. Like, no, put it back on. He would come out of a helicopter, he crash lands, and his hat goes plop, and then he got like a buzz cut. I'm like, no, put it back on. But they put detail. The way he stands up, he's like he's like kneeling down. He puts his rifle down, hoists himself up with his rifle.
Yeah.
I'm like, who does that? You're not meant to do that to a gun
Holds
anyway.
trigger, shoots the ground.
Start going.
Gets himself up quick, just shoots the ground.
He gets missed by a fucking helicopter blade by that much. And that dude's lucky. It's kind though, like, you meant to... If maybe he dies in this new trilogy. That would suck if they brought him back and he dies. It's like he gets killed. Because he...
One of those things.
Was it Modern Warfare 3? Was he in that?
I can't remember. It's been so long. It's been too long. I can't remember now.
And Modern Warfare 4 is pretty much Advanced Warfare.
Something.
Is he in that? No. But the new price is good though. I'm keen for next year. Fuck Vanguard off. I'm keen for Modern Warfare sequel.
Well, I was gonna say you'll have to wait for next year too for most things. Like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 next gen updates delayed till 2022.
Which
bad.
the Cyberpunk is early next year, and Witcher 3 is mid to late next year.
It's not a biggie. Like, Witcher 3's been out long enough, so
I think they've learned.
Work on it.
I think the higher ups have finally learned. Don't rush a fucking game out.
So now they can work on actually trying to get these updates done and fixed to patch a lot of things. And
I think I'll platinum that on the next gen. And I'm not playing the PS4 one again.
yeah,
I don't want to go through the hassle again of getting kicked while
I'll
driving
eventually
a
look at
car.
it again. Like if I can transfer my saves across, which I should be able to, and then just update.
You should, because it's just the same game. Like
And then upgrade to like the Xbox Series X version.
probably costs like $10-20 ish.
Depends on how they do the update.
You better buy the game.
Well, depending if they just roll the update out or if it's going to be like.
I think it's free unless you want to buy it if you didn't already have the game. But I've got the Steelbook. I might buy the disc and then just switch the discs.
Get specifically the PS5 version, just so it says PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do for Avengers. Switcheroos, man. Steelbooks aren't labelled with consoles. They're just a book.
So this is something funny I wanted to mention because I heard about it today when I was at work. Actually, it was like this afternoon. So you know how YouTubers like to go up and have fights, boxing matches against opponents, and they like to have their good old rumble rows and
Fights.
their fights. You know, we had.
You know they're rigged.
There's a new one happening next year.
Oh,
And do you know who it is?
doesn't Tinder.
God damn. God damn. Don't make me
I was
swipe
waiting
right
for
on
the-
you. Wait, left?
Hey,
Don't make me swipe right on... No, left on...
I don't fucking know. I just
I
doing
don't.
that like both ways. I don't fucking know. But who is it?
So it's Logan Paul. Guess who he's fighting?
Jake Paul.
Nope. Take a guess. Out of any kind of...
Is there a certain profession they're in? Are they an actual boxer or
They're in that industry, yes.
Conor McGregor in MMA?
Well, I guess they were in that industry.
That's why he broke his ankle because he's not used to it.
Not McGregor, no. I guess they're... No, they're...
Who is it?
Logan Paul is going to go up against Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson would smash him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sort
so
of
you,
like
you see how
that.
Mike Tyson gets
Something like
mad
me.
when people insult him over petty things. He will just fucking knock someone out.
And being Logan Paul, he's going to say something that's going to trigger
like,
him.
I feel like even if he's just in that warm-up, you know, where they hype everyone up at the start of the match, he would just have to say the wrong thing.
He's going to fight you.
He has to do the wrong thing and he would just fucking knock him out, knock his lights out, bite his ear off.
He's a little bit quavy.
You seen that? Like, I saw it popping around again. It must have only been a couple of years ago. It was like a year,
How old
2
is
years
Mike
ago.
Tyson? He should be fighting. Should he be fighting at this
Yeah,
age?
he still does. He's still fit.
Like what, 60, isn't he, or something?
Something like that. But like that was like that thing where he was like meet and greeting fans, and this old bloke come up to him and he goes, and he was mocking Mike Tyson, going, "Oh, my
no.
ear! You've eaten my ear! Oh, I can't hear you! My ear's gone!" He was mocking, and you can see Mike Tyson just looking at him like, "I'm gonna fucking knock your lights out."
Have
Like,
you noticed, if your ear's gone, you can still hear?
yeah, but like there's just people because the people still mock him for like chewing that dude's ear off. But like you can see like he's getting photos with people, and you see Mike Tyson's like, "I'm gonna jump out of there and just knock you the fuck out. I don't care how old you are." Like Mike Tyson gets triggered though. Like he
I don't
does.
care how
Like,
much this is going to cost me, but you're getting decked.
like Mike Tyson will fucking like you make fun of him, and he doesn't hesitate to like want to fucking knock your lights out. Like
I'm going to Google that. Hang on.
yeah, like Mike Tyson gets.
I think it's not going to go well for...
Oh, he's gonna
Logan.
fucking Logan Paul's gonna get his ass whooped.
Oh, he's only 55.
55, okay.
He's still got it in him.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's still got it in him.
which like, of course it's big publicity stunt, it's a big PR stunt. But still, like, why the fuck would you want to go up against Mike Tyson? Like, he would knock your fucking lights out.
So I'm still pretty sure it's going to be rigged, though, for
Most
Mike
probably.
Tyson.
Well,
If
'cause-
Jake Paul wins, that's definitely rigged.
Well, we had the Logan Paul versus fucking... He did the one up against bloody Mayweather that little while back. But that was...
Mayweather
rigged.
went easy.
But, like, exactly, because we already talked about that. Mayweather went easy because he didn't want to
Is
get
that
fucked up.
Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Logan.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he fucking pretty much knocked Logan like nearly unconscious pretty early.
Yeah.
Imagine Mike Tyson. He's a lot bigger.
And
one
Mike
punch.
Tyson can take hits. But he's quick still. He fucking...
Oh man,
Oh.
he's.
Like...
I'm the. I'll wait for the fallout. I won't keep track of it
Like, fucking hell.
because we don't know what it is. Just to build a hive, and
But
then
like, but still though, like, how old is?
what do they agree to it? I mean, it's a big payout for him, I guess.
Like, okay, it's
Is that what
a-
Mayweather
it's
said?
a-
He just wanted the payout.
There we go. So Logan Paul is 26 years old. 26-year-old going up against a 55-year-old. Like,
Yeah, but you notice he couldn't connect most of his hits with Mayweather.
that's what I mean.
He hit like half of his hits compared to Mayweather. Hit like what, 80% of his, and he had to hold him up
Like,
just so he didn't get fucking dinged. Like, and you're going against Mike Tyson. You got rocks in your head.
like, I just realized too, he was born on 1st of April, so his whole life is a joke.
Who, Logan Paul or
Yeah.
Mike Tyson?
Logan Paul. He was born on
Just-
April Fool's Day.
I was thinking more of The Rock, like The Rock versus Logan Paul. But even then, he'd kick his ass as well.
John Cena.
Just because it's fake wrestling doesn't mean they don't know how to fight.
And Jake was 2 years later.
I reckon they can still deck people pretty damn easy.
I just think it's hilarious that bloody Logan Paul's born on April 1st. His whole life is a joke.
A lot of people are born April 1st. Imagine saying happy birthday is like, you don't mean that.
Happy birthday to you. You smell like a poo. Here's your birthday. Psych! No birthday cake for you, motherfucker.
April Fool's, bitch. Mine.
Fools, I didn't get you no cake. This is my cake, you little bitch. You little bitch boy. You fucking little bitch boy. You little bitch. Little bitch boy.
Little bitch.
Little bitch. Bitch. Bitch boy. Little boy. Little bitch boy. Little bitch. Boy bitch.
Hey.
Bitch boy.
Stop saying that to him. He kick our asses. Maybe.
Punch him in the throat.
You just get your little fucking knife hand, just bang. If you get someone in the throat,
Confuse them. You gotta confuse them. You gotta touch their weenus. You gotta walk up, dude, touch your weenus. Confuse them because you tickle their elbow. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do to the weenus?
I leave my elbows alone, fucker. Yeah, say weenus. People think it's dirty. It's like, weenus.
Yeah.
Weenus. Can't say it.
Yeah. So we got some big sad news for all the little tykes out there and older tykes. Oh no, it's so sad. It's so sad. Why did it have to happen?
What?
I'm saying with sarcasm though. I don't know why it fits in for news for us. I don't know. I'm gonna use it kind of as a segue. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So it was a sad day through the week for the Wiggles. If you heard with the Wiggles, Emma Wiggle.
She's retiring?
She left. Yeah, Emma Wiggle left the Wiggles just after they had announced a new set of cast members joining the Wiggles.
That's what they're for. They're replacing them.
It was kind of funny though. They had them come in. They did this whole spiel with having names to learn character names and to this whole thing to set up for this new show. She's gone, and now one of the new Wiggles is now the Yellow Wiggle. Like, what's the whole point of setting up this whole charade of doing this and going, oh, we're going to do this now? Like, okay, I imagine that, like I say, that's going to happen, but you think there would have been, okay, we're going to do this. This is going to be progression. We're going to do... No, I'm done. I'm out.
Although it does. We need to get tickets for next year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what?
You know what I'm getting to, but in a sec. That's why I said segue. But, like, it's just kind of funny, though. Like, it's like having this whole script thing lead up, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, really? Like, they should... Was there not words beforehand when this was happening? Like, why make...
I guess it's personal reasons.
There's a lot of health reasons and stuff, but it's just funny that they went this whole process. They had this whole lead up with, like, bringing in these new characters, giving them their colour uniforms,
like a month ago they
names.
did that. Like...
It's like they announced the new the 4 new members. They gave them their colours, put their names on their uniforms so people could learn them, and now it's just like, oh, guess what? Tisea, whatever her name is now, the Yellow Wiggle. It's just like, wasn't she like a blue Wiggle or something? I can't even remember her colour now because purple? Might have been purple. Like, I can't even remember now because it's just like they were given it and then she's changed and she's a yellow. Like, what's the point? Why did they have to do this? Like, make this whole new fruit salad, and then of course I chose her, not being racist here, but like they chose her because they're trying to be diversive. So straight up they've gone, let's just get her to be the new Yellow Wiggle because we're trying to be diversive. One of the only
females there.
Well, yeah.
I guess they just try and replace the female with a female.
Well, they replaced a female with a female, and now because a lot of people are talking about this too. It's not just like not being racist, but she is darker skin. But you know what I mean? They've gone from being having a white redhead to now having a dark skinned female. Like a lot of people have talked about this on the radio. I heard it the other day. Same narrative. They had the same discussion. It's like it's true. Like you got kids taught this one thing of how this character looked, being Emma Wiggle. Now she's gone. Now people need to explain where she's gone. Like how do you make up this story? It's like the same thing with Steve when he left Blue's Clues, but they had a whole narrative. Now how do they like? She's
they could have done the same thing for Greg and that when they replaced him with.
And moved them on, but like they don't do anything. It's like now you got this chick, so like there's 4 characters they could have choose from, but they didn't want to do a guy. It's not the first time
this has happened.
Like I don't know. It's kind of interesting though because you look at the forum, you got like an Asian white guy, which you got Jeff anyway, like, but then you've got like I don't know. I'm not. I don't know.
I don't watch the Wiggles anymore, so.
And it's just interesting that they chose to get her to be
And when
in
I
the
have
thing.
kids, they're not watching them either. I'm watching the old Wiggles,
Like, I don't know.
the
It's
good
just weird.
Wiggles.
I don't get it. I feel like they should just change the whole set. If they're going to change the Wiggles, they should just change the whole set of the Wiggles in general. I feel that.
Without changing Anthony, because he's still the OG who's still rocking that.
He wants to still keep going. He's loving it.
Well, he's still fit enough to do it.
Yes
The other
and
ones
no. Yes and no.
No, he's the other ones had health reasons why they quit.
No, I watched a thing on him the other day, which was only posted like last year or something. It's come up again, a recent thing that's only been recently released. He's got a lot of health issues and he's been dealing with. He suffered from depression for a long while there. He found he had some health conditions, some rare health conditions that kind of like Lyme disease, and in the same category as like Lyme disease. He had a lot of that searched. He had to go through and stuff, and he's on
I
medication.
guess
And
he's
stuff.
doing it just because he can then.
Well, there was talks about too where there was times where like that time he had the eye patch because he had the infection with his eye, so he had to wear an eye patch for a while. There's all different things. He's had different health issues. Like he was saying too, he can't really lift his arm up. So there's been times where you'll see on stage where he's got the guitar, it's just on a stand and he just stands there and pretends to play it. Like those times that happened for a while. So he can still, now he kind of wears it, but you'll see when he plays, he doesn't really like. It's in a spot where he doesn't have to lift his arm because he can't lift his arms over his head because of the pain. And it's like, geez, like, but he keeps
It
going.
happens when you get old, though.
But he's had that even earlier on. Like he's had that like fairly early on. It came out and revealed that he just dealt with it.
Because when I was watching Wiggles like 2019, he was doing like all this and everything. Like,
Well, they showed a lot of things, but it might have been a lot of the medication. He could do certain stuff. It's just like you gotta think you can move your arms one thing, but when you think start moving your fingers and you try and like that's more tendons moving. Yeah,
muscle tendons, nerves.
But
whatever.
yeah, he's on.
Yeah.
I think that's why again coming back to it, I think that's why he keeps doing it because it's kind of good for his mentality. That's why he keeps doing the Wiggles.
Well, he likes doing it, so.
Keeps
I reckon
him in a
if he
happy
stopped
place.
doing it, that'd be a bit of a worry.
I reckon he'd go downhill. Most probably, depression would kick back in. So,
But
it's,
nah, man, it happens to a lot of people.
Like coming back around, like we're going to say the Wiggles are coming back for a reunion thing again. I kept saying though, I'm scared what would happen because the last few reunions they kept having.
Oh yeah.
You know, every time they've done
Greg
something where
went
they've
down, didn't he?
every time they've come back together, something's gone wrong. I feel something's happened.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
reckon.
oh.
Yeah, that stuff that was so random though. Like Greg, like no one saw that
He
coming.
was playing and he had like, a heart attack on stage, or whatever it was, or something like that. Wasn't
I'm
it?
guessing he probably dealt with all that. Like he probably got advice of things now.
Like I'm guessing, yeah, he'd be better now, but still, like he was all performing and everything, and then he collapsed on stage because he had a mild, like a mini heart attack or whatever it was, which is understandable. You're doing excessive stuff up on stage, and if you're not constantly fit, and
He retired early on because of the health conditions. Like
he had a lot of health issues early on, so it's a ballpark. He just keeps rolling.
yeah, was it next year they're doing the reunion stuff? So
Hopefully everything goes well. They know their limits now, so
of course they would now. Well, they did before, but you can't plan a mini heart attack.
no, it's still scary though.
It wasn't necessarily mini; it was a major one, but.
It wasn't something that was extremely life-threatening. Like that's
No, it was. They said he couldn't breathe and shit.
yeah, oh yeah. That's the thing. There's stuff to a point like it was.
It's like all heart attacks are all. No one wants a mini one either.
No, but like it's still scary to go through to think about. That's I'm like fuck. Never want that. Never wish that on anyone. Like jeez.
I've never seen the Wiggles live.
But it'd be cool to actually go. Yeah.
The OG Wiggles, man.
Right.
Jeff and all that. Jeff Murray. Oh, Captain Feathersword.
Like, I think I've seen him when I was younger. At one point in a performance.
But you wouldn't remember because it would have been back in the 90s.
Definitely seen the modern
2000s.
Wiggles. I've definitely seen the new ones. The one time at Dreamworld play. They're pretty good.
Yeah, but they're not. Nothing on the old ones. Nothing on the OGs.
I was like, ew.
Even though it was just Greg singing because everyone else.
It's funny though when you actually there, like when you watch a performance and there's definitely a different attitude they give, like because you got kids always like yeah, you know, and then you've got adults that grew up with it, kind of liked it, but then they kind of grow out of it. Being an adult, it kind of makes sense. Like,
I still love the Wiggles.
but like, no, I'm saying when you go watch a show, like even if it's like the new Wiggles and it's the show's intended for kids. But you see a lot of the adults go, like, adults grow now because they've grown up
It's
with it.
just
They take the kids with
just
it.
standing there. And it's like,
Kids, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Most of the time nowadays, the adults have grown out of that. They're not. They just go, oh, okay, I'm just taking my kids to it. Like, I kind of know what's going on. Like, but they don't really go anything. They're not like, yeah, Wiggles, fuck yeah, you know, like, it's like taking the kids. It's kids to do it. I'm kind of still in, but not really in it. Like, it's one of those things. And it's definitely interesting when you go to like those performances, even if it's for kids. But if you're an adult and you still appreciate the Wiggles, so you go like, yeah, whoa, you know, you cheer them on. They go like, yeah, man, like they treat you differently. Like they look at you and go, oh, like here's someone that actually still enthusiastically likes the Wiggles. Like they appreciate
the old Wiggles when they got the old songs. Oh man, I'm gonna be rocking that shit.
Oh, it was just funny because it's just definitely like when I still remember it when
the
I
new
went
ones can't do the old songs for some reason. Like they're not allowed to do them. And the new songs just aren't anything special. Like they're just a song. Like do the propeller. I've heard that countless times.
Do the propeller. But that's like
No.
But like I said, it was like that when I went to Dreamworld that time when they had the Wiggles performance because we knew it was on. We took Jack to go see it, and he was like, "Yeah, the Wiggles." And I got up there and waited for him to come, and I was like, "Ah, yeah!" And they're like, "Yeah." Anthony was like, "Hey, man," because of the enthusiasm he gave it back to me. I was like, "Yeah!"
Right?
Cheered him on. They were like, "Woo!"
That's the thing, though. When you perform and you pretty much give out what you get. Like
exactly.
if they're already saying, you give the same thing.
And that's exactly it. That's what you want. And I feel like they get their performance from the kids, but it's the enthusiasm of like the adults as well. They live
because
with.
kids
Like,
just mainly sit there and just stare.
And they stare and they dance. They do a little dance and they get a. But like when you're someone that they appreciate, because you see there's all the other adults around, they're just like looking, going, yeah, whoa, like, or they don't do anything. They just stand back and they don't do anything. They just like adults just turn to stiffs sometimes, and they're just like,
just like security guards, just stand there like this. It's like
it's like you're fucking seeing the Wiggles, or you're seeing some dudes like get him, like yeah. It's SpongeBob! Right? Like, it's just some dude in a SpongeBob mask. I was like, it's fucking SpongeBob! Like, I don't know, like, you gotta do different things and get involved and just get hyped. Like, and people just don't do it.
That's so got wags and shit.
But, you know what I mean? Just anything in general, like, when you see people, like, the enthusiasm, when you give that energy, they give it back, and it makes everyone's day better.
They better do Big Red Car, that song.
Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. Smoking weed and we're going far. Toot toot chugga chugga big red car. We're gonna get high the whole day long.
You can't beat the old classics.
Chug chug, give us the bong. We're gonna smoke it and we're gonna sing a song. Smoke smoke, drunk drunk, drink it all down. I don't know.
Drink it all down.
He drunk the Billy water, now he's sick on the floor now. Oh god, wake up, Jeff.
Yeah, now he's a clown.
Jeff, wake up. Wake up, Jeff. It's kind of funny though.
One day they're going to say that and he's not going to wake up. Can you imagine that? Like, he just fakes him. He's like, he just lays there like...
Wake up, Jeff, wake up! He's not waking up.
Ooh, it's now a fucking horror show.
Oh, don't jinx that. Don't jinx that for the show.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's going to play prank on someone. Like, wake up, Jeff. He just lays there.
But that's like
the whole thing. A few times, I think. He's just like been delayed.
Like, he's partly like narcoleptic, I think, as well.
Is that what they fed into? Like, he's
like that,
faking it for that, but
I think that was partly like part of the narrative, which is kind of funny because he actually like would fall asleep a lot.
Yeah, it was just
like, yeah, he'd always pretend to be asleep, and like it worked. It was like a weird niche, though. Like it's such a weird niche to think, like as a character show.
The Wiggles is fucked up at the same time when you think about it.
You think of the narrative, it's such a weird narrative. Like I said, you got the different colors. There's a character that always falls asleep, so he must wake him up. Oh no, Jeff's fallen asleep again. Let's wake him up. Are you ready, kids? Wake up! Like, who comes up with this shit? Like, what's the narrative? This one guy falls asleep. You know what I mean, though? Like, there's one narrative that one guy always falls asleep and we must wake him up.
Weren't they a band before the Wiggles are? Like, they're like a rock band or something?
The Roaches.
Yeah, so then they just...
And the reason why they wore the colours the longest because of the tattoos. Cover up their tattoos.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because they've got tattoos, like arm tattoos and stuff, so they wear the long sleeves to cover up their tattoos. Kind of a cunning idea to get around it. Because you can't have tattoos and be a kids show, so that's how they do it.
It sucks they changed the fucking skivvies though for the new ones. Like
The
they're
weird
nothing like.
V. The weird V.
It's more of a jersey now, not a fucking skivvy.
Right.
They
It
were just
looks.
plain back in. No, they were just like a thing with
Dude,
your black pants.
the way they're going, they could be their own football team. They've
Yeah, the
nearly got
army of
enough.
kids behind them.
They've nearly got no. Well, they nearly got a whole full set of players.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see.
for soccer anyway. Jesus.
Their team's called the Fruit Salads.
Do they even do fruit salad anymore? I don't think they do that.
They
Well,
do
they changed it, I
something.
think.
There's a lot of songs they've changed. I
I
want to
hope
hear
the
them.
originals sing the original songs.
But I'm
I hope they
wondering
don't
the
sing
fact
the new
though, if
stuff.
you're going to be the reunion with the, you will definitely have the new Wiggles. I feel you can't. They won't just have the old
No,
Wiggles.
no,
I feel like they'll
no.
be there. Like you know what I mean though. Like there always seems to be whenever there's been a
Emma
reunion.
won't be
Even though,
there.
but you know what I mean though. They always feels like that the other Wiggles are always there. Like they're not too far behind. Like they're always
Yeah, but
like
the last
there
reunion
for,
was just the old ones.
was it?
I think so.
Because I know some of the reunions I've seen, they've had like the other Wiggles there on stage with them as the background, not like the main.
Oh, so
four
they just do their
would
own.
be the main four would be the main thing, but then you would have like Simon and that they were like the background like vocals,
Oh, yeah.
not the secondary local like secondary third, you know, like they normally are.
Not the primary.
Yeah, not the primary, so they'll be the background.
That's will be old Anthony and
Yeah.
Jeff
They'd be
and
they'd be
yeah.
the main singing and stuff, and then yeah.
I was thinking when you said that, like they'd be doing the same songs, like doing like the leads and shit. I'm like, no,
I wanted to do the elephant. Doom, 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 doom.
do the elephant. No, I'm not doing that now.
No, the other song that bloody.
The monkey, do the monkey, do the elephant.
Who's it by again?
Wait, it's not the Wiggles.
Not the Wiggle. No, it's that other song they covered.
I don't know. But while you look for that, I'm going to say some more things that Optimus Prime is now in Smite, which is pretty damn cool. Also, Ryan Reynolds has taken a sabbatical from filmmaking.
That's it. Tame Impala's Elephant.
Okay. I probably have heard that.
Yeah, I played a fair bit.
But I don't know how long you're doing not movies. Not doing
Was that
movies
Ryan
for.
Reynolds?
Yeah, doing his quote little sabbatical. God knows how long that is for being little. Like, what does he call little? A month? A
Well,
year?
you got that movie Red Notice coming out soon.
Yeah, with The Rock and Gal Gadot. That looks good. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I've seen one ages ago. That's on Netflix. Oh, it's a Netflix movie, I should say. Is it on Netflix now? Well, not yet. I don't know. One of the last things here is this coming Thursday, the 28th of October at 8 a.m. Sony are having a state of play, which is roughly 20 minutes long. They said 20 minutes ish of third-party games. So don't expect like Horizon and that because they won't be there. So Thursday 28th for us here, and for you US civilians over there, we've got October 27th, 2 p.m. PT, 10 p.m. BST. So state of play, roughly 20 minutes. They said roughly, so could be more, could be less. I don't know any of the games they're showing though. But I'm guessing it's the third party. Could be the third-party exclusives, like Ghostwire Tokyo, stuff like that. But who knows? Stray. But I'm keen. I'll be up at 8 a.m. Maybe. maybe. I like seeing them live because they're just so good. But this is... I'll leave until the end. Did you find it, Des?
He said it's for his 45th birthday. He's taking a break.
45th. We're taking a break, so a week. Little, probably a few days.
So with Hitman, so Body Guy, Free Guy out in DVDs. You've got Red Notice coming out. With The Rock and Gal Gadot, and then just before Christmas he's got Spirited coming out. Their Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So
Never
he's
heard
wrapped
of
that
it.
up. Yeah, it's that one he's been showing around. He's got him and Will Ferrell in it.
That's gonna be good then.
Yeah, it's been a lot of post.
Will Ferrell still doing movies?
Yeah.
Haven't seen him since Step Brothers.
So, oh, what?
No, Anchorman 2, I think. Yeah.
So many movies he's in.
Yeah, probably not the big A ones like he used to do though. Because I haven't heard him in years.
When was the last movie? What's the last movie you remember of?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, what's the last movie?
Anchorman 2.
Anchorman 2. Let's.
That was like 2016, 2017, something. No, 15. I don't know. Nothing recently.
Nothing recently.
Nope. I can't think of one.
Not. So that's what you say? Anchorman 2.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a bit of a while ago. That is a little bit of a while ago. He's got
I'm looking, but
oh wait, he's a producer. What the fuck? Okay.
What? Spirited.
Oh, a lot of things. Hansel and Gretel 2. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters 2. He's a producer.
If you notice, all these things that he's been in are TV series.
Can I?
TV series, TV series, TV series, TV series. Look.
I want to see actor, please. Can I get his acting list, not his film?
Everything's. He's just a producer in there. He's a producer in that. Like, he hasn't been in many things. He's been producing stuff.
He's done a lot of producing lately, but the 100-year-old man who climbed out of the window and disappeared. That's one of the latest movies he's working on. He's announced for. But that's a title, dude. The 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and disappeared. Yeah, because he fell. He climbed out the window and fell.
The last movie I seen was Daddy's Home 2. The last one I've seen with him in the 2017.
Prince of Fashion, Untitled Esports Project, Spirited, The Shrink.
Wait, when was Anchorman 2? What the fuck? That was a long time ago. What the hell? 2013. Because I seen Get Hard in that after that. Like, oh.
Holmes and Watson was 2018. Lego Movie 2 was 2019.
Never seen it.
Holmes and Watson's pretty good.
Never seen it.
If you like Step Brothers, definitely watch Sherlock Holmes. Holmes and Watson.
He's been producing a lot of stuff in TV series.
That Eurovision show.
Drunk History, I'm sorry. The Giant Beast.
Was it Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga? That was pretty good. But no, definitely.
Also producer.
if you like Step Brothers, I'd recommend watching Holmes and Watson.
I just realised, why is everything he's now doing he's producing? What the where's his acting stuff?
I'm saying a lot of these actors now are getting into like directing and producing.
Oh, I found it. This 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and disappeared.
That's what I mean.
Alan.
Alan. That's the name of the movie. The movie is based on a best-selling book by Jonas. This dude's name is Jonas Jonasons.
Jonasons. What the fuck?
Jonas Jonasons.
Yeah, okay, so doing acting, he's been in barely anything, really, apart from little things.
That's weird, because I've seen a lot of his movies.
Like TV series, that's mostly there, too.
Like Saturday Night Live and stuff.
Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, James Corden.
How that's recommended, but I've typed in the 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and disappeared, and it's recommending Dirty Old Men, book 17. Looks like a porno.
Not going there.
But the 100-year-old man.
The 100-year-old man who fell out the window and disappeared. No, climbed, not fell. Who fell out the window and disappeared. Fuck. Wait, what? I just got news just then.
Yeah.
PlayStation's God of War will be playable on Xbox next year. Nvidia is unblocking Microsoft Edge browser for GeForce Now, so you'll be able to play Steam PC games on an Xbox through GeForce Now streaming.
Oh, so they're saying that you'll be able to like stream
it wouldn't be very good though. You wouldn't play it that way.
Okay, so this
I don't get how. But why they unblock it? They have to. Microsoft would block or
So,
something.
okay, coming back just for a second,
That's weird.
it looks like
Like,
this is weird. So that movie that they're doing, that 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and disappeared. It looks like they've done a movie before. Someone's done a movie at some point, but now they're doing a redone of the movie with like.
redone.
Oh no, it's weird. They've already done a movie before with people. It's a 2013 movie. They've done it in 2013, and they're rebooting the movie.
But you said a redone. It
A
says weird.
redone, a reboot.
A redone. You gonna
Felix
redone that?
Lindgren, starring Robert Gustafsson, Ewa and David.
Gustafsson. How do we get sidetracked so much here?
Alan
Will
Carlson.
Ferrell. Uh,
All these actors. Foreign film. What's his name?
actors.
That bloke.
Actors.
He's a UK actor.
Mm.
Oh,
What
no,
up?
looks like him, maybe, but it's not him.
What?
Oh, there's an actor that looks like someone else, but no, it's someone else.
There's a lot of that.
It's so bad because this dude's got makeup on to make him look older. Prosthetics.
Like Colin Farrell in Batman. That looks nothing like him. Like Penguin in there in that Batman trailer looks nothing like Colin Farrell.
Wait, that's Colin?
Yep.
He looks so different and acted so different.
Yep.
Didn't even sound like him.
The perks of acting, bro.
That's good when people can do that. Like, you can't tell.
Colin Farrell. It looks nothing like him, does it? Like either.
Oh, yep. I see. Yeah, no, they did the prosthetics really well. Like, sometimes you see people with prosthetics and you can tell it's them. Like, you can still see it.
Oh, mainly their eyes.
But, like, even that with his eyes, like, you can't really tell.
You have contacts in.
Like,
as
even
well.
then, like, even then, looking at the eye shape and everything, like, it's done really well.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. I didn't know who it was. Like, oh yeah, it's another new actor. No, it's Colin Farrell.
Like, it looks done really well. Like, I can almost.
I just don't get he can do a good American accent for an Irishman.
But just
I
looking
keep
at
forgetting he's Irish.
looking at the characters and the expressions and stuff like that, sometimes it looks a bit like the Penguin looks like a bit like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I get like Robert De Niro vibes a little bit every now and then, but like
and fucking Danny DeVito.
they've done such a good job with that. I forgot.
Yeah.
I remember that happened. I remember them announcing that, but I forgot that it was him.
He's done a lot of prosthetic stuff though.
Yeah, but usually you can tell. Like I've seen some.
He's in what Harry he plays the dude that Johnny Depp plays.
Bloody yeah, but that's
He got
obvious.
prosthetic set too, I think.
But this is like completely.
Mm-hmm. That's a full body morph, I think that is. Because he's not a big guy, like he was pretty
even how his
average.
eyes sit, they've got like they've actually put bags on his eyes that actually droop over his eyes. Like they've done a lot of work.
Yeah, but even the freaking body weight, he's not that big, and they've made him with the suit and everything.
The neck and everything, like he looks.
Yeah, like they went all out.
The scarring and stuff. He's got this weird scarring.
I mean, Penguin's always in a suit, so it wouldn't be hard to like just keep a constant thing if he's always in a suit. But moving in it, oh, that'd be fucking hard. Like running and shit. That reminds me of the Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, where they got the Penguin at the end of the trailer, and he falls down. It's like he's running, zap him.
Yeah, blow up his head.
And I was like, huh? I'm thinking that's gonna happen because they didn't show it.
Oh no!
I'm
I
thinking
reckon she
they're
would
gonna
have
go-
known. I reckon she would know.
Yeah, because she had no idea. Because remember, they kept saying that it's still running, so she kept shotting him.
But that makes sense. But the fact that like I was like, I'll blow up his head, like she'd be like, nah. Like it's the Penguin as well. That's a character you wouldn't do anything like that with. Like I feel, even if with the way it is, like
I'm just trying to get him to help him.
because in the narrative, that's never happened to him. Like they would never go that far with a character. I don't think.
It's Rocksteady. They can do anything they want. I mean, they've already captured him, so I guess they're done with him, and they're just gonna send him on his way. But he started running as if no one could catch him.
That's what I mean. He's not that big. He's quite short. He's stumpy.
Who couldn't catch him though? Like he was like very slow running, and then he just goes. They zap him. His face plants.
He's getting back up.
He wasn't though. Like he's just laying there, like Harley Quinn's just like, yeah, zap him. It's like, although I have heard bad stuff about Harley Quinn's model design. You'll see this, Des, when I say it. Someone goes, looks like iCarly.
The what?
And then I looked at it. Oh no, it's a fucking Disney thing. You Google iCarly and you'll see Harley Quinn from the game.
Wait, what?
It's fucking annoying.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what? I'm confused now. Harley Quinn.
Yeah, type in iCarly and then like Harley. I'll see if something comes up. The iCarly, and then you put it looks like fucking Harley, the game Harley Quinn. It's fucking annoying. Someone mentioned it in the comments.
iCarly.
You just put in iCarly and then go to images, and then just picture with a whiter face with the paint, and then the fucking ponytails.
Who are we talking about though? Are we talking about what's the name?
Harley Quinn.
I'm confused.
iCarly. They said Harley Quinn in the game looks like iCarly. And now I see it.
Don't. Suicide Squad game.
Now I see it. Hey,
I don't really see it. I don't really see it.
you don't see it? Oh, you will.
I don't see it. I don't get it.
I do. I don't like that someone mentioned it.
Suicide Squad Harley. Yeah, and then look at iCarly.
Yep.
I don't
Just
get, I
put
don't get it.
iCarly.
I did, and I said
You
yeah.
said face.
Whose face?
iCarly's face.
Yeah, bloody Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you will. I saw the comment. I was like, you fucker.
No, I don't.
What have you
I don't
done
get
to
it.
me?
No, I don't feel it. I don't get the reference joke. It doesn't have any.
Hate it.
I don't see it.
I don't want them to change the model because the model is good, but I should stop reading YouTube comments on videos, on trailers, because people just have the weirdest stuff. Like they see the weirdest things that we don't see, and then they say it, and now I see it, and I don't like it. Plus, it's in the same universe, the Arkhamverse. Why isn't it the Harley Quinn from the Batman Arkham games?
Is it though? I don't think that is the same universe.
Yeah, it's got the same Arkham Asylum from the Batman games. The room where they're chained up, like when they're on the things, is the same room Joker was captured in. The exact same room.
Rocksteady, yeah. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is done by Rocksteady Studios.
Yeah, it's in the same Arkhamverse. It's in the Arkhamverse. Huh?
What game's a part of that?
That's why I said Batman's gonna be back in there to help take down Justice League. But the Batmobile's in there.
Yeah.
Someone's driving it.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be
Batman's
Batman.
back. Wouldn't be Robin because Robin was the Arkham Knight.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You can still drive it.
Batman, he killed Batman, I think. Or Batman killed him. I don't know how I haven't finished Arkham Knight. But they had a big fight. Then Batman disappeared. Which he didn't die because Robin could not kill Batman. But yeah, it's the exact room where they're all like on that strapped on the things is the same room where Joker was taken in the asylum. And they could use the same Harley Quinn. Like, come on. Unless the model was weird compared to what they look for. I don't know. But I don't know. But yeah, you go through comments and that and it all lines up. It's all in the Arkhamverse. Like, all in the same city and that. So we'll probably Arkham Knight's in there. Who knows? I'm keen for that game next year. I'm going to smash the hell out of it. I hope it's single player. I hope it's like full story driven like the Batman games. But I've got nothing else apart from. Um, I found out that the voice for Frieza in Dragon Ball Z passed away recently on the 18th. Wait, I can't say his name. It's Chris Ayers. Ayers. I don't know how to say the name, but he passed. It sucks. Condolences to his family and friends, because, man, that's rough. He wasn't even old, I don't think. I think he was like middle-aged, which, it happens. You can't predict it. Daz is just reading comments or something.
Yeah, just reading through, because it's set that he's dead.
Yeah, he just vanished.
And Nightwing's still doing what he's doing. But because there's a theory which the developers supported, is why people will assume that he's not dead, because there was a theory that Batman faked his death, and apparently the developers support that idea. But
he'll be back in the next game.
I feel like if they just leave Batman out of it, it would be good.
They teased the Batmobile like that. They didn't show who's driving it. They just showed it for a second.
Like, it can just be there, Batmobile there, to hype people to think he's back, and he's not actually back yet. Because if you have Batman, it's like, well, there goes that. Like, you have to have.
It's part of the Justice League.
He doesn't have to be there, though.
Justice League's pretty fucking slim with just Flash and Superman.
It was like the movies that didn't have the Green Lantern.
No, because no one wanted that.
Yeah, but he's part of.
Oh, yeah, Green Lantern's in there, isn't he? He's in the game too.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's the same principles.
Yeah,
Like,
because Ryan Reynolds, that movie killed Green Lantern.
But they could have had anyone play that character. They could have had anyone come back as that character. It didn't have to be Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
Would have had to be him though, because he fitted the bill perfectly.
It didn't have to.
They just done him dirty with the CGI
most
suit.
common narrative lately of the Green Lantern for the past at least 10 years has been a black guy as the Green Lantern.
It doesn't have to be a black guy though.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, there used to be the white guy, and then it changed to a black guy. Like, they could have just left that.
He could be Asian. I don't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying. They could have had him as any nationality in the movie. They could have just brought Green Lantern back. It didn't have to be.
He could have been German.
Like,
could have been French.
It could be anything, but they had to fucking. It could have been alien. Like, they had to fucking. No, we're not gonna have Green Lantern in the Justice League. Like, well, then it's not the fucking Justice League. They didn't have fucking Martian.
They had a lot of people in Justice League anyway.
They didn't have the Martian Manhunter. Like, he's another part of the Justice League.
He's in the movie though.
They had to do in the later one.
Oh, spoiler.
Well, at least they added him, because that's what. Oh, they can add him, but they can't add Green
nothing
Lantern.
else.
Like,
he's like the most powerful thing in the fucking universe, isn't he, that Martian Hunter? Yeah, he just floats off. Just.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Crazy.
I don't know who the fuck he was.
Shapeshifter.
I just seen an alien dude, just like a green dude, just standing there like, who the fuck? Batman's like, hey, dude. I'm like, huh? Huh? I have no idea. I don't follow comics because I hate reading. I just follow the movies because you can watch it 2 hours, done. You get more out of a movie, I think. I get lost in comics. I skip pages somehow. I'll be reading a straight line. I'll end up down here somewhere. It's weird. Oh.
Weird. I don't know why they had to change.
But yeah, that dude looked good though. He's a bald alien dude.
Yeah.
Apparently, he said he could kill Batman just then and there.
He could kill anyone just there and there.
He's like, why do you want to? He's like, why do you want your help? He's like, I can help. Blah blah blah. I'm like, but then again, Justice League that was the end of that, so that's not going to continue. So what? I hate it. The Justice League trilogy was finished anyway.
I don't know.
You can now buy that as a trilogy with Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League. I thought he meant like a Justice League trilogy, like Justice League 1, 2, and 3. That's weird. I don't know what he meant by they've ruined the trilogy. Maybe Justice League was the third movie. I don't know. Oh, there's going to be 3 Justice Leagues to go with the other 2. No idea. He doesn't explain himself well. He doesn't explain himself. Let's look at Army of the Dead. That died real quick. No one talks about that movie.
No one's talked about the continuations of the shows or anything. No, there's nothing.
Because no one liked the fucking movie. I guess the show would have probably made more sense to it, but
Who knows?
maybe it's still coming.
Who knows? Oh, jeez, the time already. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's only 1:30.
We've only gone for 2 hours, but because we started late.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, boy!
Well, I'm done anyway. What do you got? Anything else to add, Des?
Yeah!
You gotta get Skeletor to do the outro.
Yeah, beardies and beardettes.
That'd be something different to throw at the people who listen, though.
Yes, something different. Yeah, thank you for watching.
Do it.
Oh God, you're like,
You get Skeletor to do it.
yeah, not He-Man. Listeners, beardies and beardettes, is me, Skeletor. Thank you once again for listening to and watching the Beardy Bros podcast. And we will catch you next week with episode 43. Yes. This has been episode 42. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Sorry. Yeah. He-Man, did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah.
Get awkward
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. 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 I forgot the line! I don't know. I don't know. I don't normally do the outros. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
It is, isn't it? Like, it's awkward to end.
It's cause always you. It's fine. Used to it.
Yeah, but you did anyway.
I did it anyway. So, as always, buy the merch. Yeah, Skeletor says buy the merch. Maybe we could do a He-Man, Skeletor,
Ooh.
Beardy Bros. Oh, I could be Skeletor. You could be He-Man.
Put our heads on their freaking bodies.
Or Faker or something. Yeah, do our own variants like similar
and then
stuff.
put your face as green, but like have the still you,
Do
but
it.
have a green face.
Do that
And
like
a-
style
and a
where
hood.
we're ridiculously muscular with our heads on the bodies.
I like the
looks out of place.
cyberpunk thing you did. Just
Yeah,
He-Man.
but He-Man.
That'd be dope.
That'd be cool. Unless there's other character you like, it could be He-Man if you want.
I already know
Faker.
He-Man. Huh?
It'd be Faker. It's the
Who's
clone of-
Faker?
He's the Terminator version of He-Man.
Oh, Faker.
That's it.
He's fake.
Yeah. He's
Faker.
look him up.
Faker. I can't just put in Faker, can I?
No.
Oh,
Faker.
bring up Asian people. Yeah, Faker, He-Man. Bring up Asians or Korean. I don't know who the fuck they are.
But yeah, I'm doing a lot of TikToks and stuff. I've got to upload more to YouTube.
Oh, he's blue.
Yeah. Like the Terminator because he's a robot.
I don't like that. Oh, I see the Terminator resemblance. He's fucking metal.
But yes.
There's toys of that.
Yeah. But definitely, I did the weird outro for a change. Get ready, and then of course next week, I should say, it'll be the Halloween episode. Ooh, we'll have to get all the spooky news.
High above the camera right now.
You
It
are.
feels weird.
So we'll have to get extra spooky news and not spooky. We'll do something different. We won't be the same narrative. We'll have a few news. I guess we'll have a few things to talk about news wise, but we'll be a bit more on the spooky side of things. I think we'll talk about maybe talk about more spooky things like we did this episode.
Yeah, we haven't done for a while.
What?
Like the top 10 thing. Well, we haven't done a list in fucking
No,
months.
well, I was thinking whether we could do that because I was talking about
Horror
horror
movies?
films and stuff. Maybe we can talk about our list of top 10 horror movies, top 5 maybe, top 5 horror movies, top 10 horror movies.
Probably
And then
5,
maybe our worst.
10.
What's not things that we like maybe the top 5 good, top 5 worst.
They're all bad, though. Like, really, they're all bad.
Yeah, but like there's good, bad, and then there's just
Yeah.
Meh.
There's There's
Like-
A bad and then there's C bad.
I could tell you now. One of them would be on the list. Would be the paranormal activities. So that's in.
I hated them.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, it can't be like my top 5 are paranormal activities, paranormal activities 2, paranormal activity 3, You
Oh,
can't.
my top 5 are wrong turn 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can't do that. It would have to be like a franchise. Like,
Oh, okay. So Paranormal Activity 1, wrong turn, Saw.
like that's what I mean. Like, dude, yeah. There's so much. We can do
We
that.
didn't think of Saw either, didn't we?
So I reckon we'll do that. I also do collect images as well. So
Scream.
we'll use them for the podcast as well. Actually, we'll upload images for the. I will upload video photos for the next episode. I think maybe do some research of like your favorite, like find some of your favorite maybe Halloween cosplays, maybe some worst Halloween cosplays we can rate. Maybe we can do a rate thing. I might have to do a thing. We might have to share the screen. We could do a. We could maybe do a. We should maybe do a Halloween 50-50. Maybe we could try and do like one of those. Reddit 50-50s for Halloween.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hate those. Some of those are random as hell. Like you get the weirdest shit.
We want to do something
That'd be
like that for
good.
the Halloween episode. Do a Reddit 50-50 for Halloween.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll do the share the screen. We'll have to do that. We could do like a Reddit 50-50. That can be horrid. You could either get something good or something like foul. So
Right?
and there'll be a lot of editing, but I mean, they'd be good for a Halloween episode. I
Yes,
reckon.
it'll blur some things out.
That's exactly it. Just blur over or technical difficulties over the top, or make a little box to put over it, going, "This is too sensitive."
People want to watch the reactions anyway.
Yeah.
The horrified faces of like, what the fuck did I just
Oh,
see?
so we'll do that. We can do that. We'll do things like that. I reckon we'll mix it up a little bit and do something for the Halloween episode. So we'll have our top fave, top unfavorite. We'll do a
Like
Reddit
5 and
50-50. Maybe do some do some comparison. We'll look at maybe some. I don't know, maybe some Halloween costumes. We can rate some Halloween costumes for fun. Maybe some like sets. Maybe like house decorations. We could do some reacts to that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe do some house reacts or something. I don't know. Kind of like we did how we did
We'll
our like
think
trailer
of
reacts.
it.
Well, I'll cut it all in. I'll actually put effort in for
Except
the Halloween
it's-
episode.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide
I can't
Squad.
forget that.
Suicide Squad.
I was like, why did I say that?
I forgot I wrote it so bad. Put the E in there.
Yeah, but it's not. It's weird. Squad. Yeah, the E's
Squad.
right there on top of the D too.
Exactly. So I'm wondering if that's what I did. I bumped it.
Who knows?
But anyway, I think look forward to next week's episode where, like I said, it'll be the super spooky-tacular episode. We'll have to get all
Yeah,
decked
because
out.
that will be literally Halloween, I think.
Basically, yeah.
Day before, I think.
Day before, but we'll be spooked out. You're gonna put any decorations up for Halloween around your house, like around the room? You gonna do anything spooky? Wear anything spooky? What? Just myself? Just myself?
I might wear my Joker
Like
outfit.
me? Well, that's exactly. We dress up. Maybe do you want to actually dress up for it?
Oh, it still fits.
I know we can try and dress
It
up.
might still fit. Who knows?
Maybe dress up for it.
Unless
as well, I
it'll
guess.
fit enough for the podcast.
Have your bowl of candy for the episode. I don't know.
Old candy.
Just have a bowl
Bowl
of candy
of-
sitting to the side. I'll have to get a bowl of candy sitting inside.
Yeah, Dad just
Free
on
candies
M&M's. Just
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I might mung down some M&Ms for the episode.
ooh, M&M's are so good.
But yeah, so I reckon, yeah.
M&M's and Smarties are the same thing.
One's sweets, one's chocolates. Like, it's the same thing, though.
They're the same
Like,
thing.
the principles are the same things. One's chocolate, but one's straight sugar, like sweets. One's a lolly, one's a chocolate. Like,
no, Smarties are still chocolate.
or Smarties, yeah, Smarties are chocolate. I'm thinking of Skittles. Why don't I think of Skittles?
Smarties.
I'm not a smarty right now. Actually, before we leave, I'm going to tell you how much of a smarty I was. Actually, this morning when I got up, I got in the car to go to work. I forgot I left one of the dining table chairs, dining chairs out the front because I was using it as a step to put my decorations up last night or yesterday afternoon. I left it out under the gazebo thing all night, and this morning I got in my car and I nearly ran it over. Because I forgot it was behind my car.
Why is it behind the car?
Because I had put it where I was putting decorations up along the...
Oh, yeah.
And I left the chair there and I forgot to bring it inside. Jack didn't tell me to bring the chair back inside. He didn't remind me that I took it out. I just
No
forgot
one
that-
did.
No, I didn't. The chair was still there. I forgot that the chair was outside. I was like, oh, I just got in the car and I started backing. I'm like, what
That's
the hell is this?
awkward.
Why the car? I feel like it's about to run over something. And then I got out. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, there's a chair there because I heard the the bang of it falling when it hit it. The car hit it and knocked it over. I was like, what the hell's this? I'm like, oh, it's the chair. What the fuck? The chair's just sat out here all night.
If we think fucking hit someone, like, bam.
Yeah, I thought I ran over, like, the neighbour's cat or something.
A cat wouldn't make a big
No,
bang
but
like
the fact that I
that.
felt like I was running over something, and then I heard the bang, though, was what... I'm like, wait a sec. What the hell's this? So
Yeah, you got
like,
them freaking rear-view cameras. Just make it a lot easier.
but I was like, God damn it. I'm not with it yesterday or today.
You know, with it? No, up to you. That's crazy.
But, yeah, so, no, definitely, I reckon, definitely next week, next episode, I will put a little extra effort in because it's a special episode. A special Halloween episode.
I can't think of a name for it. The hell. I had it, then I can't think of it. God dang it.
You'll think of it.
Maybe.
But yeah, we'll do
Maybe
something
come
different.
to
We'll
me
do,
again.
we'll do the episode different next week. We might have Wookie in. Don't know yet.
Bit more formatted.
Yeah, we'll do. I want to do something special, so we'll do something special for us there.
Yeah.
Formatted, do something a little bit different. We'll have the screen, which will react, do all the fun stuff. Because I realise I can flick pretty good. I've been flicking in and out, like on and off from different screens, so I know I can do that without interrupting anything. So yes,
Right? It'd be good fun, man.
yes,
I got a little bit insane.
yes.
Ah, that wind. He-Man.
That is us, and we will say adieu and catch you next
I
time.
do.
Bye bye.